Yo, what was that weird? Did you just go completely silent?
You ran out of music, man. You ran out of music.
We don't have more tail than that?
No.
Oh, man, that was so awkward.
46 seconds is usually plenty.
Okay. Well, okay. It's really the morning when you all want to take a shot back there, huh?
Not really trying to take a shot.
Pretty empty studio we have up here, huh, boys? It's almost like everybody just walked in a minute before the show started, huh?
All those.
Wait,
I cannot believe that you just tried to start with a shot after you showed up 5 minutes ago. Get the hell up out of
here.
here.
You're being super defensive to start the show. I'm just telling you ran out of music.
Get out of here. Get out of here. What's up, y'all? It is Friday, March 24th, 2023. T-Bob, Mario, and Danny with you right now. Jake is doing some dad stuff, so he will be here after segment number 1 here on OTV. We always prioritize dad stuff, you know, whether it's like donuts with dad or whatever the school has going on. So we'll get to Jake, and it's going to be a very fun show today. We're going to kick off a very fun weekend as, you look around, boys, and the stage is set for just a fantastic weekend of sports. And really, you know, on this show, we are firm believers and advocates that the weekend actually starts on Thursday, right? Especially once you make it through your Thursday workday. I mean, obviously, y'all have gotten the note. Y'all have started your weekend for sure. And it's because, look, you can push through anything on Friday, right? You can do anything. Yeah, you do it for a couple hours, you show up, and then you find some excuse to go home and get ready. So last night, the sporting weekend really got underway with a fantastic night of Sweet 16 play. I mean, really, really awesome stuff as you had an upset with Florida Atlantic taking down Tennessee in that vaunted defense, much like Jake kind of warned us about yesterday. Even though Tennessee's defense is incredible, their offense can be completely ineffectual and disappear for large swaths of time. And that's exactly what you saw last night. You had the amazing ending between Gonzaga and UCLA, where admittedly it is interesting. People are making this into a trilogy because of the game during the pandemic to go to the final, to go to the championship, and then because of the game last night. Then they're also roping in a game from 2006. Is that too long of a gap there? I don't know. But the bottom line is, anytime Gonzaga and UCLA meet up in a tournament, you get an instant classic. And last night was no difference, as a logo 3 settles the issue with about 7 seconds left. It all got underway with your first overtime game of the day, as Tom Izzo and Michigan State doing battle with Jerome Tang and Kansas State. But I mean, how about old boy Noel last night for Kansas State? Smallest man on the court with the biggest stat line, putting together 20 points. What ended up being an NCAA record 19 assists for Noel. And not just the raw numbers, but when he was doing them, when he was making these plays, right? Like the last 2 assists were some of the best plays that you'll see in terms of just a pure highlight all night. Like, who in the world in overtime runs a fake argument coach alley-oop reverse dunk play, which if you didn't see it, Tang and Noel look like they're yelling at each other, trying to figure out the play call, and then out of nowhere, Noel throws an alley-oop from beyond 3. It was just awesome, dude. Awesome stuff. And then, of course, you had, UConn just handled their business, right? UConn, God, that looks so cool, dude. And then, again, this was not in the first half. This is the game on the line when you need it most. You pull this play off, and then his next assist to set the record was like a no-look, straight from the dribble, pass in the paint, set it up. So, that was fantastic. And then, look, Jake has continually beat the drum that UConn is a national championship contender, and, well, they beat the hell out of Arkansas last night. So, again, a great sporting weekend coming up. Kicked off last night. Coming up today at 5:30, you got San Diego State versus Alabama. You got Miami versus Houston, one of the 2 remaining. So there's your 2 remaining 1 seeds right there. You have Princeton Creighton at 8, and then you got Xavier Texas. So that's just on the men's basketball side of the equation. On the women's basketball side of the equation, LSU will kick off their own Sweet 16 journey. Oh, and by the way, if we're talking about the entire weekend, you obviously have the men's Elite 8 coming up as well, right? So the basketball is only going to continue Same thing on the women's side of the bracket, as LSU is going to take on Utah today, 4 p.m. The game we broadcast on 100.7 The Tiger if you want to listen. But this is a Utah team that is, look, they score a lot of points, man. Alyssa Pilley is one of the best players in the entire country, one of the best scorers in the entire country. She was Pac-12 Player of the Year. Lynn Roberts, Utah's coach, was Pac-12 Coach of the Year. And Utah were the Pac-12 regular season champs. They average 83 points a game, which is good for third in the country. And they do it in the way that you do it in basketball nowadays. They shoot 24 threes every game, and they average making about 8.5 of them, right? So this is a pretty damn good offensive Utah team. But Kim Mulkey has been adamant, coach has, that, look, at this point, you can commit, Jake. At this point, defense is what wins championships, right? And look, if you look at what that was a Michigan team that came to Baton Rouge that was averaging 73 a game. LSU held them to a season low 42, right? That's why Coach Mulkey was so excited when we talked to her on Tuesday and not really too worried about LSU's own offensive struggles from the field. So that's going to be a great game. That's at 4 p.m. today. Again, you win that, and you're into the Elite Eight first time. Ooh, I read it earlier. I can't remember off the top of my head. First time since mid-2000s, maybe somewhere around there, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. So we got men's and women's tournament going on throughout the weekend. Then we got a top 5 matchup in the box, which, by the way, big announcement. Big announcement. Game 1 moved to noon. I guess because is it about to get cold again? So, like, we got storms rolling in, I guess. And so if you can... it's the perfect excuse as we talk about getting out of work and clearing your schedule and going to find something to do. Find an excuse to get to the box at noon today because this Friday matchup's important for LSU. We previewed yesterday. It's going to be Holland against Skeens. It's a pretty large advantage for LSU. And when you look at just how Floyd and Hurd through last week, like Jay Johnson, he told us yesterday, still has ultimate trust in those guys, right? But if you want to win series against the top 5 teams in the entire country, you got to take advantage of Skeens on the mound. So get out there at noon. Jay Johnson, what did he say? Quote, "We're hoping for the best with the weather. We really, really want to encourage fans and students to come out this weekend. We need that home field advantage because Arkansas is one of the teams we have to beat in order to get back to the top of the SEC. When I took this job, I knew Arkansas was one of the programs among the elite in our league. They're always going to recruit well. They've always been one of the most successful programs in the country. We're excited for the weekend. It's going to be a great matchup. And why would you not want to go watch a team that features a player with the number 1 on base percentage in the entire country, number 1 in runs scored, number 2 in the country in batting average, number 5 in slugging percentage? That's all Dylan Cruz, by the way. Of course, as we mentioned, Tommy White, second now in the nation and RBIs per game. Skeens leads the nation in strikeouts, wins, whip. He's number 4 nationally in ERA. I mean, this is an absurd team. They have earned your eyeballs. Try to get out there at noon today if you can. So top 5 baseball in the box as well. You got the Pelicans getting a big win last night, continuing their win ways. Now they got their first true test, the Paul George-less Clippers. So, like, really all, and that's not even getting into softball going to Oxford, gymnastics. I'm sure there's UFC fights on Saturday, right? Like, it is just a massive weekend where whatever you are into, if it's not football, even though I'm sure there's XFL going on, but if it's not major football, like, it is there for you. So let us give thanks on this March 24th weekend because we are truly blessed in the sporting schedule. It's also welcome in our guy. It looks like dadding is done. Jake, what's up, man?
What's going on? I appreciate it. Yeah, Jackson's got a big field trip today, so I had to drop him off right at 7. They're going to the the NASA right there on the Louisiana Mississippi.
Oh, the Stennis, Stennis Center. Yeah. I've always wanted to go there, dude.
We pass by it all the time, but never actually have had the opportunity to stop. So he's excited.
We should hit up our guy Bob and see if he's got any connects there to hook Jackson and him up with like a special, something.
It's probably a 2-hour bus ride.
It is crazy. I drive by that all the time,
me too.
And I've never stopped. And I'm a space nerd. I need to just but see, that's my problem when it comes to road trips. I really struggle to enjoy the journey. for all of my talk on sports about it's not about championships, enjoy the journey. When I drive, it's only about championships.
It's about the finish line.
It's only about getting the finish line. Like I do not, I don't want to stop and look at the world's largest ball of yarn. I don't want any of that. It's the one time where I just give my kids unlimited screen time. I throw the iPad at them and tell them to shut up and just play games or watch Cocomelon or whatever other addiction I try to have them avoid for the majority of the time.
I feel like my big first field trip that wasn't like in Caddo Parish was we went to the Space Center in Houston. And so I remember the bus ride. I remember, trying to be cool and all that stuff. So like as he got out of the car, I'm like, hey, like chill out on the bus. Like you and your boys, like y'all have a good time. He's calm anyways. So I'm like, y'all have a good time, and don't do anything that doesn't allow you to have another field trip.
He's getting about at that age where, do they go on class trips here? We used to go on crazy class trips in my high school.
So they do a ton of stuff around LSU.
Okay.
Like, who I guess it was Memphis. Yeah, Memphis, his class just went through the Lawton Room and the locker room and Tiger Stadium. They'll go see Coach Hudson over in soccer. They'll go see Coach Tarina in softball. So they do that. They'll go to the dairy. So they do a lot of that.
Yeah, no, I guess what I'm thinking is, and I don't know if the Space Center will come into this because the sun will be up, but like on those like long bus ride class trips, a lot of making out shenanigans going on in the back. And he's about getting to be that age, which sounds kind of crazy. So, Jackson, no making out, okay, in the back of the bus.
Like he's
can't
more,
get kicked out of the Space Center.
You can't. He's more worried about what I'm going to allow him to watch than anything. That's the only thing that he cares about. He comes in like every night, right before he says goodnight, and he's like, "Hey, so like, can I watch?" And then he'll say some ridiculous movie that there's like, no, there's no way. It's exactly how he acts.
What about John Wick 3?
Oh yeah, he's tried to watch John Wick. I'm like, bro.
Why? Your dad used to let you watch all the rated R movies?
I know.
Wow. Yeah. Do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah. I don't know that my mom knew.
Yeah, no, probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not. That's kind of the dad's role a lot of times, though, right? I remember my mother was like super intense growing up on television to the point where we had MTV scrambled on our cable.
That's
yeah.
wild.
Look, she came from Pentecostal upbringing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But and like all other parents, I think as her kids went on, she got looser and looser and looser. But yeah, so like I remember some of my favorite memories are like, catching my dad watching like, I don't know, like South Park or something at night, and then him being like, "Hey, come sit down and watch this."
It's like in the movie where he passes you the first beer.
Yeah, a bit like that actually, a bit like that for sure. So look, it's going to be awesome. It's just going to be a really great weekend, and it's going to be a fun show today. We're just going to be hanging out for the next 3 hours. So if you want to come kick it, youtube.com/1045 ESPN. You can hop in the chat. We'll hang out. And coming up next, I want to talk some March Madness. Last night's action was incredible. We barely missed on Jake's OTB DraftKings parlay. Freaking Tennessee's offense ends up doing us in the end. So we'll break it all down. But we're going to take another shot today to make up for it. You know what we're going to do? We're going to chase our losses, folks. No, seriously, gamble responsibly. Coming up next, more OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
At a time when the LSU women's basketball team is looking to get it done and move on to the Elite Eight for the first time in about 15 to 20 years, who better to have helped them in their journey, and who better be talking about than the gourd father of NIL, who sponsors the entire team, who has Kim Mulkey on the G team, and that is Gordon McKernan, okay? And if you need to get it done in the courtroom, you need to get Gordon. 225-888-8888. You can actually go look at the Grubbin with G sit down that he had with Angel Reese. It's a fascinating look into her personality, what drives her, what has made her so great. You can find that wherever the social media by going to @GetGordon. But look, the bottom line, you need someone who's going to fight for you. You need Gordon McKernan injury attorneys. Go to Get Gordon.
Go to the website, getgordon.com. You can find all the information there. You can have a live chat right there on the website. You can find past client results, all that right there at your fingertips. Also, put the area code before the 8s, 888-8888.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge. Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, anytime. Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $10,000 off new 2022 Jeep Gladiators and $8,000 off new 23 Jeep Grand Cherokees. All new Bayou automotive vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walker.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Terrio with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Terrio and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
I had to leave my parents. I had to move schools. I don't know anyone here. Everything keeps changing. Why is this happening to me? I'm sure glad you're here.
Change a child's story. There's a child in foster care waiting for a volunteer like you.
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Friday's AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Since LSU Arkansas start at noon, we'll be a de facto post-game show. The right radio hours return. Join us 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Oh, you already know what that means. Friday is here, folks. Jake, anything I talked about this sporting weekend that is coming? Did I miss U.S. soccer, or are you just wearing the blue fit to just rep the?
No, they got a Nations League game today.
There you go. I told you, dude. I mean, it doesn't end.
Yeah, so I figured I'd
there's
throw
just
it
a
on.
little bit of everything today. I think me personally, I am most looking forward to LSU Arkansas all weekend long. But man, I'm a little bummed I got moved to noon today. I wanted that prime time, Friday night lights, drinking beers. I wonder if it'll affect Skeens in his kind of routine. I don't think so. But I wanted to I'm interested to see how the environment can be.
Are you on air today? No, Friday.
No, I am not.
So that's good. I mean, you'll at least get to watch.
Yeah, well, I think you're gonna have to be in the car, so I'll get to listen. On Eagle 98.1. Yeah, so that'll be great. I just wish we had our guy Hunt on the call.
Luckily, I have. So today, because we're taking shows off because we're playing games and different things.
Yeah.
So the schedule's all over the place over on 84. So we're trying to get people, shifts and hours, and so we have a 3-man booth today. So
nice.
just like during the World Cup, I'm gonna tell Bobby and Dallin, hey, y'all got it. I'm watching LSU Arkansas here in the office.
Yeah, for sure.
I got it. You're good.
So that's gonna be fantastic. But how about March Madness last night? Living up to the billing. Just a fantastic night. My freaking computer's not working. This thing made me so mad. Trying to look up stuff for the show and just whatever. I hate you, Apple. You and your forced obsolescence. The least consumer-friendly plan of action, most greedy plan of action ever, where this computer is a perfectly functioning machine, or at least should be, Jake. But because I bought it so long ago in 2018, I have nothing saved on it. There's nothing taking up any memory, but it's out of memory just because of Mac's operating system. Because they continue to make it larger and larger and unwieldier for old technology, even though it doesn't need to be that way. So now all I need this for is surfing the internet and writing stuff, and I can't even do that on it now. Okay, flush it. Games were awesome last night. Okay, we got our first overtime game, and probably my favorite game of the tournament so far, as Kansas State finds a way to outlast Michigan State. It looked like Kansas State kind of had the game in hand, and then Michigan State comes back late, forces OT, felt like they had all the momentum, and that's when Noel said, not so fast. Said an NCAA tournament record, 19 assists. How many points did he score, along with 23 or 20 maybe? Maybe 21. Either way.
It was the assists that were eye-popping.
Yeah, I mean, especially the last
in complete
two.
control of his offense.
Yeah.
I heard y'all talking about the reverse alley-oop fake
insane.
argument.
That was insane. That was
like
so
the
cool.
Stones to do that in that moment.
I know.
What?
It was great. And shout out Jerome Tang, gave one of the best post-game interviews. He's just so likable. He's got so much charisma. I wasn't aware until watching the broadcast. I know. How did you not know this? I didn't even know what John Emery looked like. So everybody freaking relax.
Know what?
That Kansas State was picked to finish last.
Oh yeah.
In the Big 12 this
year.
year.
2 players when he took over.
Yeah. Okay. I don't.
I know what you're thinking,
you know what I'm thinking. That for what we've talked about a lot here locally, it shows that it can be done. But whatever. No, and I love how Tang was just talking about. Look, I'm just these kids did it. I just want to love on them. I just want to love them on a little bit. And for Noel specifically, he's from Harlem, and then he just did that in the Garden.
I mean, come on.
Like, that doesn't get more legendary.
I mean, one of the legendary basketball schools in New York City. His Twitter is at Mr. New York City.
Wow.
His Instagram is Mr. New York City.
Wow.
So this is someone. Can you imagine what last night meant to him?
No. I was surprised he didn't. I thought for sure we'd get tears in the postgame. You could tell he had emotion coursing through him, but he held it together.
To roll his ankle, did you see where he rolled his ankle?
Yes.
Were you watching live?
Yes.
I mean, I was like, oh man,
it didn't really affect him.
He's out.
He just kind of kept going.
And maybe he comes back, maybe he doesn't, but he's not going to be the same player. And he came back, and you could tell, like we've all hurt our ankle, like you're trying to figure it out. You got adrenaline going. I bet it hurts like hell right now today.
Yep.
But he found a way. He found his groove. He got rid of the limp, and he couldn't drive to the basket like he normally would. And so, like his game, he will shoot logo threes. I mean, he did it a ton yesterday.
Shot a lot of them late, and it looked. Yeah. Oh my God, I missed that play live. That was there it is. No, but he shot a lot of them late, and but yeah, it's like you said, man. Yeah. It's his game. Like
it is a part of his game. He's done it all year long. But also, like you'll get that, and you'll get him driving to the basket. You could tell he couldn't get to the basket as quick as he normally does, so he had to change it up a little bit, and that's why like the assists kept coming. I mean, he was finding his teammates. They drew up incredible plays. I mean, they had back cutters basically all night long that Michigan State still hasn't found. And it was as high class of a point guard performance as you'll see in the NCAA tournament.
So that was awesome. That kicked things off. UConn looking like what you told us they were, Jake. I mean, not much to say there beyond they just dominated Musselman and the Hogs. I feel bad for our guy John Neighbors and some of our radio brethren over there from Arkansas because, I love those guys. And I was watching them on social media, and they had traveled to Vegas, and they had hangover memes, and you could tell the hope was so high, third Elite Eight in a row, surely. And then it was never even really close. UConn just dominated
from the absolute gig. Again, they might be the best team left.
Yeah,
a 4 seed. And I know we have rankings and different metrics and all the things that we follow. That is not a 4 seed. That is a team that took Alabama to the woodshed earlier this year. That's a team that can beat any team in the country. They had really one 5-game stretch where they were not themselves, and they lost 4 of 5. And that was really the only stretch that they had this year. Everything else was 3 wins, 1 loss, 4 wins, 1 loss. The KenPom, they're number 3 now.
There you go.
3, and they got a 4 seed. So I don't know why. I don't know why people are reluctant to give over to UConn, but if they hoisted a national championship trophy, no one should be surprised.
Well, and they're the only recent national championship that has been a 1 or 2 seed, right? The last time they won it, they were 7. Yeah, they were 7. That was Kimball Walker, right?
Yeah.
Am I crazy?
Beat Butler.
So
that was a rock fight of a national championship game.
So we escaped the first 2. Parlay's looking great.
Oh, no.
And Tennessee had a solid start. Tennessee was holding Florida Atlantic to about a point a minute for the first 15 minutes of the game. Now, their offense still sucked, but the defense looked completely unsolvable. Now, I do remember one ominous tweet that ended up being pretty, it was a foreshadowing. Somebody tweeted Tennessee's defense is mind-bogglingly good, but their offense is so bad that Florida Atlantic is only one hot shooting stretch away from leading this game. And, well, sure enough, like Jake said, Tennessee's offense could just completely disappear, and that's what happened last night as Florida Atlantic managed to find some of those shots. And now the 9 seed into the Elite Eight after taking down Rick Barr's Vols.
Yeah, Tennessee, way to screw up the parlay. We hit all other legs of the parlay. Tennessee, you screwed it up. But again, and I put this out there on Twitter last night because Dallin and I talked about it a lot yesterday on Off Campus. Florida Atlantic should not be considered your normal Cinderella story, a team that you've never heard of, a team that just got hot at the right time and they're winning basketball games. And we talked about it yesterday here, T. This team in the KenPom is 17th. They were a top 25 basketball team all season long once you got to conference play time, right? I mean, this is a real basketball team, a top 25 team. They've won 34 games this year.
Damn.
Right? So they're a 9 seed. I understand that. But think about this. Normally a Conference USA team, they're usually even an 11 or a 12. This is a really good basketball team that needs to be respected because last night was no fluke. This is a team that can go out there. They can win games like that. They've won games like that this season already. They've beaten Power 5 opponents early in non-conference. And Dusty May, I think he wants to stay at Florida Atlantic, honestly, but he is a rising star.
Yeah.
He's going to have his opportunity. Texas Tech still open. That could be a job that they go after him. Hell, Texas hadn't named Rodney Terry head coach yet. He still got the interim tag, so I don't know what they're doing there. But this Florida Atlantic team's not your typical, hey, Sister Jean's there in their corner and they're winning basketball games. I mean, they deserve to be there. They've been in the top 25 in every metric all season long.
All right, let's go to break. When we get back, we'll close out probably Jake's favorite result of the night. We'll put together another Sweet 16 parlay play for you today. And then look, we still got to talk baseball, everything else going down this weekend. Join us in the youtube.com/1045 ESPN chat. I'm going to try to get my computer working, hopefully, during this break. Screw you, Tim Cook. More OTB coming up next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
If you're wondering where the place to go is to get anything you need with your car, from glass repair to tires, wheels, brakes, mechanical repair, collision repair, if you need a great body shop, 24/7 towing, you know where it all lies? In Donaldsonville. That's right, baby. Down there in Deville. Donaldsonville Glass and Body. Been getting you right since 1977. And they started with just glass repair, right? And they're still the experts there. They still love to do it. But when you look around now, they have this massive beehive of activity. They got cars being repaired and fixed in all various states. And again, I think it's the best body shop in the entire state. I'll put them up against anything. So, you get an accident, police can't tell you who gets a tow. Insurance company can't tell you where to go. You want to go to Donaldson Glass and Body.
Yeah, they're going to help you out. They've helped me out, T out, but not just us. Anybody, any situation, and they're going to be transparent throughout the entire process. Check them out online, DonaldsonvilleGlassandBody.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
At Corvell Toyota in Opelousas, you can get 3.99% financing on select 2023 models, and as always, you will never pay over MSRP. We also have a large selection of pre-owned inventory, so come on down to Happy Town. That's Corvell Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
Hey, it's Matt Musso. Join me Monday through Friday for your daily update on LSU baseball with Musso at the Box, presented by New Orleans Flooring. Wherever you get your podcast, Apple, Spotify, Google, and check out New Orleans Flooring. 2 locations, Metairie and Prairieville, or NOLAFlooring.com.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game.
It's Friday, Lock of the Week. Join me, Jimmy Ott and Charles Hannegriff, live from Rufino. Special time, 10 a.m. to noon on Fridays, Lock of the Week. Game time presented by Bet Rivers from Rufino's on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
We don't need no education. We don't need no thought control.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's happening, y'all? What is this? A song about Tennessee's final possessions? I mean, guys, I'm on fire this Friday. You know who didn't throw up a brick at the end? Gonzaga. Another classic against UCLA. Jake's Bulldogs. He told you yesterday that this was going to be a good one. He sounded unsure when he picked the Dogs, but he had to ride with his squad. And, again, a huge shot by UCLA to go up 2 with about 11 seconds left.
The freshman for UCLA that hit that 3.
And then Gonzaga coming down. If you haven't seen it, look it up. But hitting the game winner, running the Villanova play. A simple little kind of like clear out, drop the ball behind you to the trailer. All it requires is shooting from the logo. And if you can make it from the logo, then you have a pretty open look, which is exactly what. Who hit the game-winning shot?
That's what we were trying to you're talking about for Villanova?
Yeah, sorry.
Julian Strather for Gonzaga, sorry.
Yes.
We were trying to figure out the Villanova one during the break, but he's from Las Vegas, as I was telling you in the break.
That's awesome.
Can you imagine, you're in your hometown, same situation for Kansas State and Madison Square Garden, Mr. New York City, and then Strather hits it in Las Vegas there for his team to go against. You know what, a lot of people now, and I heard you talking about it, you have this trilogy, even though, you got to go back to when we were in school for the first part.
Adam Morrison is a part of the trilogy.
Yeah.
To show you how far you have
but
to
it is,
back.
think about that, though. You had this heartbreaking, maybe the biggest heartbreak you've ever had in your basketball history, because that team with Adam Morrison had championship aspirations for the first time, really, at Gonzaga. And he was National Player of the Year, and that UCLA team ended up beating LSU, getting to the final game in 2006. And then you had that heartbreak. And, gosh, this game was eerily similar to it. You had this lead, looked like you were about to fumble this lead, and you had that one. And then you come back for Gonzaga, and you've got the Jalen Suggs half-court 3, and now you've got this logo 3.
Oof.
What a trilogy, if we want to call it that, if we want to go back that far.
And we should call it trilogy. I just thought it was a little funny that it's 06 to 20 and then 23. But, and in both the final 2 installments, UCLA looks like they made the big shot, right? UCLA looks like they made the big shot to I think it might have been to force overtime in game number 2 last night, obviously, to put them up by 2. Down 1, you hit a 3, your winning percentage goes up significantly, and UCLA has their hearts ripped out by the Bulldogs, and now Mark Few finds himself back in the Elite 8. Who are they matching up with?
UConn.
Oh,
Jake. Because that's what we said, the West.
Jake. How are you gonna process this? UConn's kind of in your pick, but Gonzaga is where your heart lies.
Yeah, you can have a team that you root for, but also know there's gonna be some real challenges for the Bulldogs with UConn. But the West was always going. Think about it. You had Kansas.
Yeah.
You had UConn, UCLA, and Gonzaga.
Yeah.
All there in the West. Compared to and I'm not trying to disrespect anybody, but in the South, you've got Alabama, Princeton, Creighton, and San Diego State. Right?
Fair.
So it's complete. Even when you look at Houston's region, they got Houston, a Miami team is unpredictable. You've got Xavier, and you got Texas. That's pretty tough as well. So the West was always going to be the one that was the toughest to come out of.
Pathetic.
By the way, how about Efton Reed? Just does not play for Gonzaga. Just on the end of the bench.
Oh, what? I forgot. I completely forgot about Efton Reed.
He played a little bit in the aircraft carrier game against Michigan State. He's played 3 minutes here, 1 minute there, into the bench.
Look, man, they got a lot of talent. So I want to put together another 4-team money line parlay that you can go on DraftKings with. I just have to
Tennessee won't blow it.
Find a way to get my computer to start working so I can have the disclaimer here. But remember, right now, you download DraftKings app, you use the promo code Baton Rouge, and you do $5 on a money line bet, and if your team wins, you get $150 in free bets. We have said that we're saying to pick Creighton over Princeton, so that'll be today. You sign up, promo code Baton Rouge, bet $5 on that, and if Creighton wins, it's money line, no spread, you get $150 in free bets. But Jake, let's go ahead and combine the 4 games today. Same thing as yesterday. No spread BS. 4 money line plays, and it's funny because yesterday, as you said it, you're like, ooh, it feels a little chalky. Anytime you have that feeling, you're like, who's going to be the one to slip up? And in this case, it ends up being Tennessee. But today, I feel like I'll be surprised if we get as good of odds on this one. Today feels like there's maybe more clear winners. So give us our 4 money line plays for Team OTB today.
All right. So again, felt like we had a good day yesterday. Could have been great with Tennessee. We hit 3 of the 4, and it did feel incredibly chalky whenever I said it. And today's probably going to feel a lot of the same.
Yeah.
Because we're going to go Creighton over Princeton.
Yep.
We're going to go Alabama over San Diego State.
Pinch your nose and do it.
Texas over Xavier, and Houston over Miami.
Okay. So straight chalk. Higher seed across the board.
Incredibly chalky.
Which always means is probably, look, this is where you can always bet the money lines individually as well, and maybe give yourself a little insurance there.
And I'll tell you why. So for Creighton, we laid it out yesterday. If you listen to the show, we told you, like, this is not a 6 seed. This is a basketball team that is the top 15 team in the country, have been all season long. Once they got healthy, like, they had a 6-game losing streak, I think, when they didn't have their guys. They get their guys back, and now they're in this position in the Sweet 16. Alabama, just don't love the matchup San Diego State brings to the table. I don't think that gives Alabama any problems. There's other teams that actually have been knocked out of the South region that probably would have given them a tougher deal, but I don't think San Diego State's going to be that one. Texas is a team that I've got going to the national championship, so I'm going to choose them over Xavier. Xavier's been up and down all season long. Yeah. I'm not really sure that they're ready for a moment like this. The one that's tough is Houston-Miami. And I believe in Houston. It's not one of those. Yeah, it's just Miami being the wild card. Chaotic energy all over the place. They have pros. They have guards that can go get their own bucket. They got like 4 guys on their team that can go get their own bucket. They don't need it to be facilitated. So that makes you nervous. Now, Houston defensively is elite. And I like Houston in this one, but it is probably the most unpredictable of the 4.
That's one of the old March cliches, right? Guard play.
Yeah,
gotta have great guard play in March. If you're an aspiring sports broadcaster and you just want to throw out something that people generally tend to agree with, just say that. But I mean, look at last night's games. Okay, not wrong. Timmy dominated, but look what Noel did. Okay, so we got our money line play again. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Promo code Baton Rouge. It's all one word, Baton Rouge. And remember, you got to be 21 or older, physically present in Louisiana. Select parishes only. Free bets expire 7 days after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/basketball. Terms. Licensee partner Golden Nugget Lake Charles. Gambling problems? Go 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-426-2537. All right, when we get back here in OTB, let's shift over to the women's side of the equation as we talk about what this LSU team needs to do tonight in order to be successful this afternoon, I should say. And then hour number 2, I want to dive in to a little SEC baseball, look at LSU, Arkansas, maybe look at some of the more interesting matchups around the league as well. So continue to hang out with us here on this Friday. And then obviously by hour 3, we're going to start talking nonsense as we start drinking champagne and hanging out. More OTB coming up.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Guys, lock this number in, okay? I want to save you money. And Riverlands Insurance is the key to doing so. Specifically, Thomas and Megan email are the keys to doing this for you. So 225-206-1517. 206-1517. That's their cell phone number, okay? You call that, say, hey, what's up? Introduce yourself. And then they're going to ask you for a couple pieces of information. And I don't care what type of insurance you need. And I mean that literally. I do not care. All types of insurance. They will then go do the shopping for you. They deal with all the carriers. And they put the best deal in front of you, give you savings, and give you excellent coverage. Okay? Trust me. Riverlands Insurance.
T-Bob's going up to Monroe this weekend. I'm going up to the Port City. We're here in Baton Rouge. The boys are always down in New Orleans, so we're talking to all of you.
Yep.
Not just the 225. Give that number a call today. Tom's going to help you out. 225-206-1517.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walker.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Terrio with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Terrio and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
I had to leave my parents. I had to move schools. I don't know anyone here. Everything keeps changing. Why is this happening to me? I'm sure glad you're here.
Change a child's story. There's a child in foster care waiting for a volunteer like you.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance with the latest in office technology from desktop to production segments.
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Friday's AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Since LSU Arkansas started at noon, we'll be a de facto post-game show. The right radio hours return. Join us 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
We are young, hearted to heart, we stand. No promises, no demands.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? OTB hanging out with you today. Hope you're all having a great day. We're going to have a great weekend. We all are going to have a great weekend because LSU's going to beat Arkansas's ass, and the LSU women's basketball team is going to beat down those dirty Utes from Utah. I'm trying to get up motion.
The two
for
Utes?
hating Utah. Yeah, screw you, Utah, with your mountains and Mormonism. I don't know how you're supposed to attack Utah. What are they? What do they have?
Kind of nice to everybody.
Yeah.
I love their football coach.
Weather seems kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, love Eric Weddle.
Yeah.
Doc Smith's a good dude.
I like Jamal Anderson. Yeah. I know a lot of Saints fans probably don't, but I like James.
Yeah, I mean, come on, the third part was fun.
Why do you have your mouth so wide open?
I was thinking. That's just deep in thought.
Okay. Weird.
I mean, Keith Van Horn's a Utah Ute, right?
Van Horn is?
Right. Feels like he is. If he's not, he should have been.
We were, so I told you the other night when my old man was in town, we were flipping through pictures, looking at Disney. You know, I had it like mirrored on the television whenever the girls wanted to show him pictures and everything. And all of a sudden, a random picture of Keith Van Horn pops up. Because I forgot that I'd saved it to my camera roll talking about what does this Nets jersey remind you of. He's like, what?
He was a Ute.
Why do you have Keith Van Horn? Why not? Why don't you have Keith Van Horn? Cover star of NBA Jam 98, I believe, maybe.
I'm gonna go with it.
Whatever. Anyway, the LSU women's basketball team in action this afternoon, 4 p.m., Sweet 16. Angel Reese and the gang looking to take down Utah, move on to the Elite Eight. And you know what, Jake? I actually really I like where LSU stands going into this matchup. They have one of the best players in the country in Alyssa Pilley, like we said, Pac-12 Player of the Year, averages over 20 a game. They score a ton. They shoot 24 threes a game. They make about 8.5, 9 of them. They're third in the nation, scoring fourth in field goal percentage. But they don't rebound, and they don't play defense. And go look at what LSU just did to Michigan, a team that was averaging 73. LSU held them to 42, a season low, and basically doubled them up on the boards. So it's going to be so much fun to watch Pilley and Angel Reese do battle. But at the same time, like Alexis Morris, Latasia, like all these other pieces for LSU, I think is going to end up pushing them over the finish line. So, look, Coach Mulkey told us, she told the paper, at this point in the tournament, offense is pretty, offense is nice, but it's all about defense. And I feel miles better about the Tiger defense than the Utes. And so, look, I think this Tiger team has a very good chance of making it back to the Elite Eight.
Yeah, you're right. Utah shoots at 48.5%, which is fourth best in the country. But LSU rebounds at third best in the country.
Hell yeah.
Points difference, by the way. South Carolina's won the country. LSU is second in the country, plus 26.3 points. And so they've had some big victories, obviously, this year. But going to offensive leaders, LSU's third in the country. Utah's fourth. So LSU, if it becomes a track meet for whatever reason, make no mistake about it, because LSU is actually ahead of where Utah is. They can keep up in that game. Now, I don't think that's the best scenario for LSU to get a victory. I don't think that's the best formula, but they can do it. And so you go back and you watch what Utah did against Princeton. They really struggled shooting the basketball to their standards. They struggled at the free throw line. So if they're not on their game, that's the one portion of their game that you worry about. And if the shots aren't going down, you love where LSU's at, because LSU can win games different ways. Like
the
you
shots
mentioned,
aren't
the
going
Michigan.
down, it's a guaranteed loss.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't think Utah has a chance of manufacturing a win. They feel like what we grew up hearing, Jake, which has kind of been disproven, the whole live by the three, die by the three sort of team. But it feels true with this Utah team because they're just less complete all around. But to your point, I do get worried about the opposite, where what if they just have one of those hot shooting nights? Like when you run into one of these teams that loves to jack it up, and it's like even when the Pelicans were at their worst, when did they win games? On the nights when they would randomly just make like 50% of their threes, right? And so that is what concerns me. Again, I like LSU's defense in terms of preventing that, but that's kind of the only pathway that I see for the Utes.
It is, but again, like LSU can, if they have to, they can play that game. So
Fair.
They wouldn't be a fish out of water if they had to play that game. Again, not the best formula for them to win the game, but Utah has one way that they're going to win that game, and that's to go and shoot the basketball. Now, they certainly can, as they, again, are fourth in the country, but we haven't seen it as of late. Certainly, we didn't see it the last time out against Princeton. So I like LSU's matchups in this. If LSU stays true to themselves, I think Utah's going to have – now, Utah's center, I mean, she's not going to have the height advantage, right? But she is somebody that – will try to go up and get a rebound, plays a very physical style of basketball. I think that also plays in LSU's hands. So I'm trying to find some disadvantages for LSU outside of the shooting percentage for Utah, and I'm just not seeing them.
It's hard. I mean, it's hard. It's funny that they're a 3 seed and Utah's a 2 seed, but on paper, LSU looks to be superior. All right, hour one in the books. A fast-moving, fun-moving hour one. A lot of basketball. We still will talk Pelicans, but I want to get into some baseball next here on OTB. Keep it locked.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bone.
Bayou Ford has $10,000 off MSRP on select new 2022 Ford F-150 trucks. $10,000 off plus 0% financing. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, Our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walker.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Terrio with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Terrio and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
I had to leave my parents. I had to move schools. I don't know anyone here. Everything keeps changing. Why is this happening to me? I'm sure glad you're here.
Change a child's story. There's a child in foster care waiting for a volunteer like you.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin.
Good morning, everybody. It is 8 a.m. on Friday, March 24th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect cloudy skies with a high of 86. Coming up on OTB, Rivers Huey joins the show in studio at 9 a.m. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I gotta come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Freaking NBC blocking our stream from yesterday.
What did we show yesterday?
I don't know. We're just a humble people trying to make it out here. And we got these corporate overlords saying you cannot have 5 seconds of our highlights to play on your show. Screw you. Okay, whatever. Not screw Donnie Horace. I want to give a shout out to our guy, Donnie Horace, or gal, I suppose, at DHorace78 on Twitter, as he sent us a picture where he recreated Chef's dish yesterday without a visual because it was blocked. So did not have a visual and recreated that delicious meal that Chef made for us yesterday. And it looks fantastic. It looks like you nailed it, Donnie. So congratulations, man. He said it tasted fantastic as well, which it absolutely did.
Hey, look, that looks like, I mean, that's pretty close.
I know. Look at that.
I mean, obviously the carrots are a little different because, you know, Chef had, what do you call it, rainbow carrots?
Yeah.
Still,
And they were cut a bit differently, but that's kind of even better that he didn't see it right, because Donnie's obviously a skilled enough cook where if he had seen it, he could have, you know, just imitated one-to-one. It's almost like a fascinating game of culinary telephone, where he just had to hear and then recreate. It's a bit more creative actually that way. So great job, Donnie. Nice work, man. All right, coming up this hour on OTB, I want to talk some baseball as starting here in 4 hours, y'all, at noon today. LSU going to be taking on Arkansas in the box. Get there early. Don't get there early. They move the game early to beat the weather. Again, you have a huge advantage on the mound today. Don't get me wrong. Hunter Holland's been really good. That's why they moved him from Sunday to Friday. I'm still just kind of baffled by the Hagen-Smith situation. But again, I think it's kind of like we worked out yesterday where if you missed it yesterday, Hagen-Smith was an All-American starter last year for Arkansas as a freshman. He was the Friday night guy and is doing great. He's second in the SEC in ERA to Paul Skeens. And then right before conference play, Dave Van Horn, Arkansas's head coach, moved him to the bullpen. I think, like we talked about yesterday, to get him more action. I mean, he pitched in 2 games last week. They end up sweeping Auburn. So I think they just want to be able to impact as many games as possible. But what it means now is they've lost their best frontline starter, or their best one left after a couple of injuries kind of screwed everything up for him. And so even though Holland's been good, Skeens is a big advantage, right? And although this timing is not ideal in terms of messing up Skeens' week-to-week schedule, you need to win this series. Like Coach Johnson said, he came here to get to the top of the SEC, and Arkansas has been objectively better than you for what? Half a decade now, it probably feels like. And so you have to climb back over them. And this is where it starts, winning home series in which you have the Friday night advantage over your opponent. And I think you could arguably extend that advantage of the weekend when, Arkansas doesn't even have a starter announced on Sunday, and they got a couple of options there, whereas you feel pretty good about Floyd and Hurd, and that's gone ahead and been confirmed as they will start again this weekend. But you have no bigger advantage than when you have the man who leads the nation in strikeouts, wins, and whip, and is number 4 nationally in ERA on the mound. And, of course, we're talking about Paul Skeens. So, and he's just electric to watch. I mean, when's the last time when's the last time you feel like LSU had a killer like this? Was Nola that guy, or do we grant that rank to why am I blanking right now?
Alex Lang.
Yeah, do we grant that rank to Alex Lang?
Alex Lang is a really good player. He's a hell of a reliever in MLB. So it's. But you don't want to throw him to the side, but I know what you're saying.
Did he do it on Friday? I'm trying to remember with Lang. I feel like he never achieved the Friday levels of dominance. I know he had the incredible freshman year. I'm gonna look it up. But either way, the point is Skeens is special.
To your point, yeah, like the fact that we're having to sit there and kind of debate it. I think you're right. This is special.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we've had fantastic, like no doubt Friday night guys are going to play in the big leagues, but this feels even more than that.
Yeah.
Because when you look at all of the projections for next year's baseball draft, like he's a top 5 player right now. He's been dominant in the non-conference, and now he dominates the Texas A&M team. So, yeah, this feels like it's even on a different level than some of the guys that we've known to be first, second round talents that are now currently playing in Major League Baseball.
And then that's not even getting into. You also get to watch Dylan Cruz, who will be the number 1 pick or he'll have a very good chance of being the number 1 pick in next year's MLB draft, and currently leads the nation in just about every single hitting category. Arkansas, for what it's worth, I think they're ranked like 5th and 6th and 5th and 6th in all the different polls. So this is a top 5 matchup. You know, we haven't really talked about where's Dylan Cruz's hitting streak at now? Let's see. I know Trey Morgan and Gavin Dugas have reached base safely in 20 straight games. Tommy White is on a 15-game hitting streak, and Dylan Cruz is on a 19-game hitting streak and has reached base safely in all 21 games this season, which is supposed to make sense as he's an on-base percentage of .656. Unreal stuff out of this LSU team. What do you think, Jake? I mean, I feel like for the first time forever, I'm confident they will win this series against Arkansas.
From our guy Hunt Palmer, who is our resident baseball guy here, he mentions Alex Lang started 9 NCAA tournament games at LSU. Tigers went 8-1 in those games, all-time guy. And I agree with you. Like Alex Lang, like right now, you watch him in relief at the big leagues, and he confuses hitters all the time. I mean, they don't look like they have a plan against him. But I'd ask Hunt, like, does this feel different though? Like, does this feel like you're talking about like NOLA territory, like you're talking about, which is not crazy, like far and away, but just a little bit different.
What is how many walks does Skeens have? Again, I can't look up anything right now because we keep mentioning the 52 Ks, but it gets even more ridiculous when you compare it to the it gets even more absurd when you compare it to the walks, because the ratio is just out of control. I'm going to kill someone with this computer.
Hey, I think you should. I don't know if the program director's in bed or not right now. I'm not sure. I think he's an early riser. Get him on the phone. Get the internet fixed. We can't work like this.
Okay, no. So what I can't tell, I don't know if is y'all's internet working?
It's just your computer.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. No, I was about to say I think it's just my computer.
I would like to see like an angry phone call.
59 Ks to 4 walks, guys. To 4 walks. A 10-to-1 ratio. No, an 11-to-1. No, a 12 to 1. Yeah. 13-to-1. What's 13 times 4? 52?
Right now, 62? I don't know. You're throwing a lot of numbers out there. And
I'm trying to do the math live, and I just keep raising because, no, you're right. Like, it's 12 to 1 would be 48. So I think it's somewhere between. So it's like 12.5 to 1 strikeout to walk ratio. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that in my entire life.
Hitters batting a $115 against him as well.
Yeah.
Just another crazy stat for him.
And you get to watch that at noon today.
Yeah, and think like we hadn't even seen, like he has Shohei Ohtani ability. We just hadn't seen it because just like, hey, you're not putting a bat in your hand.
Yeah, no, you're fine. You're fine hitting the ball. You probably have the best lineup in the conference, top to bottom, in terms of the threat that they represent. You're not very home run dependent like a lot of other schools seem to be this year. And also, even on top of not being home run dependent, you're not dependent on one guy. The Dylan Cruz, Tommy White combination has been fantastic. But look at Jared Jones. Like, Jared Jones won you game 2 last week. Josh Pearson had multiple series-affecting hits throughout the weekend last weekend. In the midweek this week, it was Jordan Thompson who randomly has the big home run to break the tie and give you the moment. So, yeah, top to bottom, it's just such an intimidating lineup that I don't care how good Skeens is, he is not needed.
Hey, T, let me ask you this one.
14.75 to 1, is that right?
You threw so many numbers out there. I'm not even sure.
I just did such embarrassing math. Duh, dude. 15 times 4 is 60. I'm an idiot. I apologize. Nearly a 15 to 1 strikeout to walk ratio, Jake. I'm sorry. That blows my mind. Sorry, continue.
No, I was going to ask you, so for this weekend, what's the thing that you're watching, or maybe a player that you're watching, you want to see what they can do against this opponent, Arkansas coming, you know they're hot, you know they're a top 5 team in the country. Outside of like the norms, is there someone that you're paying attention to see how they react?
I just want to see
like Paxton Kling, maybe somebody that you want to see how he reacts.
Look, I think it's intriguing to see how does Kling look as because again, the thing about Kling last week, it wasn't like Trey Morgan where they're like playing the shift on him or he's getting unlucky with where the ball's going, he looked like lost, right? I mean, he looked very unstable on his feet. And so, yeah, I want to see Kling. But I would kind of go to Trey Morgan. Like, I want to see Trey Morgan's bat start to come back a bit. And, again, I feel like he's been a bit unlucky at times. And like I said, teams are playing the shift against him. And so I would like to see him have some way of solving that and getting back to being that, 350 player that we've seen him be in the past.
Like for me last weekend, actually, I think it was Garrett Edwards was somebody that I was wanting to see because he had a high level of success, because it feels like he's going to be the guy that's going to help them in different spots depending on where they need him and they need him to come in. And I was like, okay, he's done really well in the non-conference. But if he comes in an SEC game, is it still going to look the same? Because he's got like a 1.13 ERA. And last weekend he came in.
Yeah.
He gave you 3 1/3, only gave up 3 hits, gave up 1 run, struck out 5.
Yeah,
he walked 3, and obviously like that's something that Jay Johnson's going to want to get way down and fix that. But like that's a player that I'm like, okay, now you're trustworthy in the SEC, and so like that was a player I was watching last week. I think I'm going to go to Kling this week, just kind of go chalk there, because last weekend he did struggle so much.
Well, and to your point on Garrett Edwards, I mentioned Jared Jones winning game 2, but Edwards just as responsible for starting to put up the zeros there. I continue to like watching Nate Ackenhausen, the big lefty, who I don't think that we're always fully appreciating just how good he's been in his 11 innings. How many runs total has he given up? Just 1 run in those 11
his ERA,
innings.
I know, sub-1.
Yeah, it's 0.79 right now. But he's just I guess why he's interesting to me, Jake, is he's not someone that we ever talked about preseason, because you don't even really you weren't even really thinking about him. You got Riley Cooper as your lefty that you thought you would kind of depend on, and Ackenhausen just through solid play has just rocketed to the 4 and feels like maybe your best setup guy. Like if do you think he keeps the rhythm going? If you get out of Skeen, like once Skeen's ends, is Ackenhausen that first man up on Fridays?
Yeah, I think it just depends. I mean, certainly he's a top candidate because Friday means so much, like you said.
Yeah.
Like you want to win every single Friday knowing that you're going to have Paul Skeens going out there and giving you an opportunity. So, yeah, I think you format it probably the way that you've laid it out, and then you would imagine Little would be the third guy in.
Yes, I would think so. I'm still interested to continue to watch the growth of Chase Shores as well.
I don't know if he can grow any taller, T-Bob.
Fair. Okay, fair. The baseball growth of Chase Shores. So it's going to be a fantastic weekend, all weekend long at the box. I don't know if this is true, but I'm going to say it's going to be great weather on Saturday and Sunday. So get out there.
So you don't know if it's true.
I have no idea.
You're just
speaking it into existence. Okay. We're using the secret here.
Yeah, today,
we got to tell the truth that we want to be.
I know noon's not great. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
it's not great. It's not a great time. It's a work day.
It's a work day.
Even 2 o'clock would be better, but you got to do what you got to do to be able to get the baseball game in. Just look, tell your boss, sorry.
That's what I'm saying.
You got to go.
Your boss probably an LSU baseball fan too.
Probably so. Lean on that a little bit. I would certainly if I could.
Take your boss for sure. And pack out the box. All right, when we get back, more OTB. Oh, I do remind you, go to AccuTemp of Baton Rouge, okay? Because it's hot today, but I'm guessing with the storms rolling in, Jake, that it's probably going to cool off. So, again, we're in this crazy spring, bouncing back and forth. And for all your AC, heating, and electrical needs, AccuTemp of Baton Rouge is there for you. I know we always talk about the online reviews, but it's because they deserve to always be mentioned, so check it out. And again, while March is going on, stop putting it off. If you need a new AC unit installed, now is the time. You get that free premium clean air package. It's $1,800 value. It's going to clean up all the air in your home. $1,800 value for free when you get that install in March from AccuTemp of Baton Rouge. More OTB coming up next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger. In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. and backed by the one-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walker.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Terrio with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Terrio and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
I had to leave my parents. I had to move schools. I don't know anyone here. Everything keeps changing. Why is this happening to me? I'm sure glad you're here.
Change a child's story. There's a child in foster care waiting for a volunteer like you.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast.
Friday, lock of the week. Join me, Jimmy Ott and Charles Hannegriff, live from Rufino. Special time, 10 a.m. to noon on Fridays, lock of the week. Game time presented by Bet Rivers from Rufino's on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Mr. Worldwide! I don't think I've ever heard the beginning of the song, like the intro, the talking part, and now I feel bad for everybody in the crowd that didn't have somebody they were bringing back to the hotel. He specifically only invited the people who were getting laid to make noise. Everybody else, sorry, bro. Go to a different concert, okay? You're not welcome here. We're all going back to Pitbull's hotel room. I would actually love to be in Pitbull's hotel room. I can only imagine what happens. It's probably gigantic because he's probably in like the presidential suite. There's probably just a bunch of attractive people everywhere doing attractive people things. A lot of abs in that room, though. A lot of abs. Maybe not as much. I don't know. On the male side, does Pitbull have abs?
I don't think so.
Can we look that up, Danny? Can you give me a Pitbull ab search?
I'm gonna say no.
I kind of feel like he probably does. I'm not talking like some sort of shredded 8-pack, but I think if you saw him, you'd be like, oh, look at that.
I searched it. It came up all dogs, so it was funny. Seeing a bunch of actual pit bulls with abs.
He's got like a bunch of like juiced out pit bulls with little dog abs. It is funny how much pit bulls can just look like juice heads from Lafayette sometimes. Like you see pit bulls a lot of times in real life, and I feel like even though they're a dog, I feel like you have an Affliction t-shirt on. Okay, no, I mean that's just a pretty normal body. Here from Pitbull. Looks like you're right, Jake. Shout out Mr. Worldwide, done the most with it though. Let's go worldwide around the SEC real quick. As we look at this
we were going
weekend
to talk
schedule.
to Euros, the qualifiers.
No, what's going on in the Euro qualifiers? Oh crap! Is Euro next?
England beat Italy 2-1. Yeah.
So how far out does qualifying take place? Is this next summer?
Yeah, check it out.
I always like the Euros. It's a great little tease for the World Cup.
We said worldwide. I saw Harry Kane score.
No, it makes sense. To beat Italy. Does Italian soccer just remain down? What's going on, dude? Haven't they won the second or third most World Cups in World Cup
That was
history?
the Euro final match the last time we had the Euros. Italy won it, but they didn't qualify for the World Cup.
That's right. So they're not that down. All right, coming up this weekend in the SEC, last night, Auburn got off to a good start after being swept last week by Arkansas. They beat Georgia. We already know about the top 5 matchup here in Baton Rouge. Vanderbilt's going to Starkville. That feels like an awful spot for Rivs Bulldogs. Already 0-3.
Yeah, they're already in. They're panic buttons.
Vandy looks really good. Vandy looks very much to be the Vanderbilt that you have come to know and fear. And so, I don't know, man. Is Mississippi State staring 1-5, maybe 0-6 in the face? They got to come up with some at Duty Noble. Here's a great series against two teams that still remain very highly ranked, but have awful conference records after week 1. You have 1-2 A&M going to Knoxville to take on 0-3 Tennessee after Mizzou comes up with the insane sweep last week. So I want to know, how real is Tennessee? Will they punch back? Or does A&M ride some of that momentum that they found on Sunday into a more successful series on the road? Speaking of Mizzou sweeping Tennessee, you got the Tigers, Missouri Tigers, going to South Carolina, who remain one of the fast risers here early on, now up to 11th in the country, whereas Mizzou climbed up to 22. And then you got Kentucky, Alabama, and Florida, Ole Miss. Okay, that's kind of fascinating, Jake. Ole Miss and Mississippi State are in the same boat here, right? We mentioned it the other day. They both started 0-3 after the first week of conference play for, I think, this first time since the 50s. And now they both have Ole Miss has the number 3 team in the nation coming to town to try to knock them off, and Vanderbilt has the number 4 team in the nation coming. It's just that we think Ole Miss is better, but only time will tell.
And make no mistake about it, like Kentucky's sweep over Mississippi State, outside of Friday, where it was 6-5, they got housed.
Yeah,
12-3 and 17-3.
Yeah, Mississippi State pitching kind of sucks, I think. So
Mississippi State, oddly enough, like here in the second weekend of conference play, feels like they got to win.
Yeah,
2 games.
No, I mean that's what I'm saying.
Both
your last 2 national champions, both the Mississippi schools, are staring almost, Jake, to your point, potential conference death in the face.
Yeah,
already in week number 2.
Is this Ole Miss? Is this karma from them canceling the Louisiana Tech game?
I mean, hey, dude,
where they got a victory even though they were losing.
It's a good point. It's a good point. Stolen valor in the dub column, and now you reap the benefits. You haven't found your way back, at least, well, non-conference play.
Because remember, Louisiana Tech won the first game, was winning the second game, and got a loss.
Yeah, that was absurd. I mean, at least like reschedule it or something. Jake, anything else on the SEC or LSU baseball weekend?
I would just say, if you're looking in the East, don't just roll your eyes at those teams there at the top. Now,
the
Vanderbilt
East had a better weekend than
like Vanderbilt,
Webster.
and Vanderbilt, to their normal expectations, maybe was a little bit down this year, but they've shown that they should be right where they're typically at.
Yeah.
But South Carolina, Kentucky, and Mizzou, I think, are actually legit. I don't think it's fool's gold the fact that they all got 3 victories in their opening series. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to go win the SEC. Now, South Carolina does actually feel like a team that possibly could, but Kentucky and Missouri, they are the real deal. They'll be there all season long towards the middle to the top portion of the SEC East. So I don't think week 1 was any fluke that those teams went out there and swept.
I agree. The East biting back after being kind of viewed as little brother for a while.
Even though there's no point in having an East or a West because the SEC tournament gets seeded.
Oh, okay, yeah. My bad.
It gets seeded just overall SEC standings.
I thought you were going to say because we're about to lose the divisions altogether.
No, there's really no point
right. Yeah,
because like you don't have like an SEC championship game between the East.
Still,
scheduling is the only thing that obviously that it affects.
We are, evolved monkeys essentially, and we like tribes, right? Like I like to be a part of a group, right? And so screw the East, okay? I'm out here in the West, even though that's not entirely true, because I want every SEC team to burn to the ground. Honestly, outside of LSU, especially in football, not as much in baseball.
Who to burn to the ground?
Everybody in the SEC.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying. No, I got hate for everybody in my heart.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn about conference pride.
Tennessee basketball is now on the blacklist for last night, costing us.
Yep. I want Alabama basketball to lose awfully, horribly. I wish another SEC team had even made the tournament, quite frankly. But
before we finish up this Ole Miss discussion, a lot of people yesterday and again today, they want to know about Mincy and the way he eats a crab.
Yeah, what was going on there,
speaking
man?
of Ole Miss, did y'all see how Mincy
Danny.
was eating a crab yesterday? What is actually going on in that video? Bilbo, same situation. Mincy also doesn't know how to eat crab. I missed this video. I've not seen this video yet.
He takes the crab, and I don't know, look, how my grandma taught me how to peel crab was, like popping the top off, right? And then get what you can there, and then cracking it in half, and, just digging your fingers in and getting it, and then you can break off the claws, obviously, as well. But Mincy not popping the top off, I'm pretty sure he just goes with a full split down the middle break. Is that correct?
Mincy, that tool is for crab legs.
Yeah, exactly. So already, yes, you could have. You're right. You could have just, even though no, I guess actually.
Oh, Ben.
Yeah. So he has a what do you call those?
It's for
crab
legs.
But what would you? Right. I'm trying to explain to the radio audience.
Hey, you got that crab leg cracker?
Yeah, the crab leg cracker. Yes, he has a crab leg cracker, and he puts it down the middle of the crab, and then just cuts it in half completely.
Mincy.
And then you can see that, and then he's just kind of ripping off legs haphazardly. There we go. We finally get our fingers digging in there. That's what I'm saying. You gotta be willing to get in there to eat crab correctly.
That man spent too many years in the state of Mississippi, I guess,
there we go.
In the north portion of
He's finding his rhythm here. He found his rhythm here late a little bit. I feel like, right? He got a solid little.
I don't want to hate on the Gulf Coast. I think the Gulf Coast, they would have known exactly what to do with this crab. I'm talking about where he lived in Mississippi.
I'll say I know, and I didn't. I don't eat a ton of crab. It's kind of an every now and then thing for me, but I do have some memories of. We stopped when I got like a little older for some reason, but when I was real little, we used to go to Grand Isle a bunch and have big crab feast. And my grandma would sit there and peel crab forever at the end of the day and just give you these big Ziploc full of, which is just like gold because of the amount of work that it takes to create that.
I might get in trouble for this, but if you want to see a clinic tape on how to eat crab, my wife, she could do
Is she a beast?
Like the old Fred McGriff baseball video?
Yep.
She could do that for crab peeling.
Back to back AAU national champions.
Yeah.
Shout out Tom Anamsky.
I'm pretty sure the Gulf shivers when she drives by.
I still think about that Tom Anamsky glove squeeze and then the follow through. Right? The glove out, squeeze, wham, all the time, dude.
With the old trucker hat that's Les Miles on top of Fred McGriff's head.
I mean, actually, if you were to look up, I'm pretty sure what Fred McGriff was wearing at the time we all thought made him look old. And if you looked at him now, he probably looks really cool again. Danny, can you bring up the Tom Anamsky? Let's go to break. And
I'm a little mad at Fred McGriff right now.
On the side. Why? What did the crime dog do?
He didn't choose a Braves hat for his Hall of Fame bust.
Wait,
I think he
who
went.
else
I think
did
he
Fred
went,
McGriff play for?
I think he went teamless. Padres, Devil Rays.
What?
Blue Jays? Yeah.
That's.
Dude, crime dog, you're brave.
Yeah, bro.
Everybody knows you're from. You had some moments before you
that
got
tells
there.
That tells me that somebody in Atlanta pissed him off one time. I mean, that tells me that likely somebody mistreated him a bit there, or at least he felt slighted by somebody in that front office. All right, when we get
You're probably right.
back, more off the bench, Tom Anamsky will try to be the back-to-back-to-back top 15 local mid-market morning sports talk show. Keep it locked.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. The dealership's so nice, I joined it twice with the Murdered Out Mini. I cannot, guys, if you have ever been on the fence about a minivan and you have children, I just can't brag about the Sienna enough, especially the new one. I mean, Jake saw it firsthand.
Yeah.
We took that thing to Mobile, and that thing was hitting.
That thing was so quiet when you started up. T-Bob and I would look like meatheads. Like, this thing started?
Yeah. Well, I think so, yeah. I think that news one, that was the hybrid model, right? I believe.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, literally you got to kind of double check on that stuff sometimes. What a weird age we live in. What's not weird are the incredible deals you'll get from All-Star Toyota. Go to All-Star Toyota at BatonRouge.com.
Yeah, my wife was listening to the crab part there. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. If you're renting for spring break.
Is crab allowed when you're pregnant?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe we should check that out. Siennas are allowed while you're pregnant. Go check it out. Go rent one today. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
True.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge. Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, anytime. Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the poll of the day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Bayou Ford has $10,000 off MSRP on select new 2022 Ford F-150 trucks. $10,000 off plus 0% financing. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walk.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Terrio with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Terrio and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
I had to leave my parents. I had to move schools. I don't know anyone here. Everything keeps changing. Why is this happening to me? I'm sure glad you're here.
Change a child's story. There's a child in foster care waiting for a volunteer like you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644.
Moscona inviting you to join us for Friday's AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Since LSU Arkansas start at noon, we'll be a de facto post-game show. The right radio hours return. Join us 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
To the children of the sky.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Dude, this is actually a great song to combo with this video. Our guy fully looks like he is feeling this song right here. God, what a legend. That is the type of, next time you're at a wedding and you're feeling uncomfortable, what is he, or does anybody know the origins of this meme? For those who don't know, we're watching the video of a little kid who, look, I guess it's a leather jacket. I always thought it was denim.
This is not Mario when he was 9 years old?
Yeah, this is Mario at his aunt's birthday, 9 years old. I don't know what it is. It's some little kid in sunglasses just owning a dance floor. But next time you're at a wedding and you're feeling self-conscious, this is what I need you to channel.
You know, we were talking about this the
here.
other day. You were talking about maybe like one of your last friends getting married or whatever. It's like a sad realization.
Yeah, I forgot that my brother's getting married. I guess I didn't know at the time, though. Or I couldn't say it at the time.
You did, but you couldn't say it at the time.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah, because you were surprised. It's sad realization. Like, I'm sitting here looking like, because I like you, like I really enjoy weddings. And when it's a family or a very close friend wedding, it's much better, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how many more I got left.
No.
All my friends, they're married.
And then even if you get remarried older, it's not going to be the same. Maybe you do something intimate, but you're probably not going to have like a...
Exactly.
You're not going to have like a big like to-do.
I don't know how many more. I don't know if they're, because like, my boys, but then I'm going to be old.
I was about to say, your next weddings are... You're going to be a dad.
Yeah.
You're going to be the dad of the wedding.
Yeah. And I'm finally going to have to pay for one.
Well, you should.
Coming up pretty
you
soon.
should pay for all 5.
Not pretty soon, but
you should pay for all 5.
The baby's going to be here soon.
This idea that the men's family should not pay is the dumbest thing in the world.
I didn't make the rules up. I just follow them. I'm a rule follower.
No. This comes from a time.
This comes from a dad of 2 girls.
No, yeah, and a son. So
you're going to pay for
I am unbiased.
Quad bobs?
I am unbiased. Yes, I will go 50-50 on all weddings because
I'll go 50-50.
The whole deal comes from a time where wife's family pays for it. Because back in the day, women were kind of denied the workplace a lot, right? And so they were forced to be, first and foremost, homemakers and children producers, and so they weren't bringing monetary income into the household, right? Yeah. So to make up for that, that's why you would give a dowry back in the day. Okay, no, it's ridiculous that we still have the expectation that the woman's family should pay for the wedding. It's so stupid.
Look, you know me, and you know my personality. Now that you laid out, there's no way I could allow that. So I'm with you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna chip in, and maybe even more than 50%.
I know plenty of people whose wives make more than them, just as much as them. The main breadwinner, maybe they're stay-at-home dads, which is the dream.
Shout out to my father-in-law though for paying for our wedding.
Well, actually, it's kind of a dream. I don't know if it's actually fully a dream.
Did your father-in-law pay for your wedding?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Shout out Mark. Yeah, I know, but that's a different generation. He was born in 1960. Okay, I was born in 1989. I'm a child of the new millennium. We are literally millennials. It's time to let go. It's time to let go of these outdated practices of the past. I mean, when you go to the doctor,
Something about tradition too, though, T.
Okay, but when you go to the doctor, they don't put leeches on you to suck the diseases out. Oh, God, Doc, I'm really sick. Yeah, well, I think
It
we
worked
should.
for a long time.
Smithers, I think we should bleed him. Get some of that bad humors out of there. Like, that's the best. It literally, you're feeling sick. Okay, yeah, you need to lose blood. I think that's going to be the key. We're going to cut you open. Look, just bleed a couple quarts out. Get you a little pale. Get all that bad energy out of there. You're gonna be good to go.
Who's paying for Bo's wedding? I mean, he's younger than we are.
Well, he did good for himself. He did good for himself. In that
I know.
regard.
That's why I asked that question.
I don't know, but I would imagine that
because the Abrams have done well for themselves as well.
Potentially, it's time to look, man. It's time to break the cycle. Okay, it is time to change the narrative. Mm-hmm. And just because you and your 4 boys, there's no reason that
pay for the rehearsal dinner.
That is true. That is kind of, I guess, one of the things that is evolved into. It's like, what a cheap out. What a cheap out. Okay, yeah, I'll pay like a couple $1,000 for the rehearsal dinner, and the mom dad's like, and I got to pay $40,000 for this ridiculous wedding. Like, also, kids don't actually have a wedding. Now you should. I mean, it's awesome. It's a lot of fun, but like, save as much money as you can and actually be like, hey, whatever you were budgeting for the wedding, like, give me that towards a house. Nobody's ever going to listen to that.
Yeah,
but
you're a lot of fun at parties.
No, I mean, look, we ran out of alcohol at my wedding, and me and my father both split our pants. So I think that speaks for itself in terms of how we got down.
I actually think
like 23.
The rehearsal dinner might be one of my favorite, if not my favorite part. Outside of like the dancing at a wedding, I love toast. I love it. It's where you're a little bit more loose. Yep. It's like the closest of the closest people that should be there. So nothing's like off limits. You're having some fun. You don't really care. I will always remember Hudson, who at the time, I guess he would have been 8, at my brother-in-law, his uncle's wedding. This is a year and a half ago. Not this October, but the one before that, I think. Who knows? On his own. Everybody's giving speeches, and I hadn't even gone yet.
Oh, wow.
I had not, and I was in the wedding. Now I ended up going later. They're like, does anybody else have anything they want to say?
Cocky move.
My man Hudson gets out of his chair, walks to the microphone, gets up, and starts telling
up to
stories.
The mic, not even at a stand at the table.
Starts telling stories.
Damn.
And I was like, at 8 years old, I would not have done that at 18, I don't think. At 8 years old, my man went to the microphone and started telling some stories.
Yeah, that's a showman. But that is kind of Hudson's
it is. It's his personality for sure. But like, I'll always like, damn, I got to follow that up.
Toasts are the best. And even the bad toasts are great. Like the ones that go on too long, or the stereotypical like bridesmaid or groomsman who's either going on too long or saying some stories that maybe shouldn't be said. Yeah,
when we were in high school.
But even I love that. There's just so much. And I'm a crier. So the whole time I'm just like leaking tears. There's just something so wonderful. It's a real like, it's like the type of days that when you die, you think back on, there's a lot of love in that room. I am happy that I was alive and my brain works the way it does so I could experience that emotion like that.
Real quick, last point about budgets. I got married while I was still at LSU going into my senior year. So balling on a budget doesn't even describe. There was no balling going on. But I will say, statute of limitations, I feel like it's probably up on this. Like, we got some pretty decent deals.
Oh, illegal benefits. Take away the natty. 07 natty is now null and void.
We paid for everything.
To get married. Oh my God.
It wasn't money, but we got like some venues that were booked up.
Knowing the NCAA, they're probably going to come after you now. I mean,
I think if
the only people they nailed was Miami women's basketball, they're probably going to come after you.
Do you think, because it's the NCAA, who knows, do you think we could have gotten in trouble for paying what you are supposed to pay, but somebody maybe getting bumped off the schedule so you could have the venue?
I kind of think so. Like in a world where Jim Tressel got fired over free tattoos, I think probably actually you maybe could have.
Yeah, statute of limitations is up on that bad boy.
Yeah, no, we're lawyers. You're good. Don't worry. We're fine. I do want to make fun of the NCAA a bit later. And we got to talk Pelicans still. Keep it locked here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary. for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Water.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Terrio with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Terrio and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
I had to leave my parents. I had to move schools. I don't know anyone here. Everything keeps changing. Why is this happening to me? I'm sure glad you're here.
Change a child's story. There's a child in foster care waiting for a volunteer like you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf.
It's Friday, lock of the week. Join me, Jimmy Ott and Charles Hannegriff, live from Rufino. Special time, 10 a.m. to noon on Fridays, lock of the week. Game time presented by Bet Rivers from Rufino's on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
T-Bob, we're not too far away because the NCAA tournament on the men's and women's sides is obviously coming to an end, unfortunately, here in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Then it turns to that 3-week period where it's all NFL draft.
Yep.
Discussion.
Mock drafts.
Heated battles.
Which
my player's better than your player. I'm right. You're wrong.
So mock drafts are kind of boring now, though, because I feel like we know who's going where. I feel like C.J. Stroud is, without a doubt, going to Carolina. Did you see C.J. Stroud and Frank Reich and their families and everything? And I know he took selfies with the other groups and everything. Who cares? That's called doing your due diligence. The Seahawks don't think they're getting C.J. Stroud.
Never believe anything any NFL team does. Never. I told you. Detroit told me I was going to be their starting fullback.
I know.
They were drafting me. They told me which selection they were going to draft me with.
I know.
Nothing.
But still more variables at play than number one overall. And Frank's talking about, McCown's talking about, we'll play horse when we find a court in Charlotte. And Frank's hugging mom and everything. No, dude. The Panthers, he's going to the Panthers.
Josh McCown, all-time jawline.
All-time jawline.
Him and AJ Hawk.
Remember, McCown randomly in number 5 or 6 on the all-time quarterback relative athletic score.
Yeah.
Everybody knows he's big and everything, but I know
the game that he had to play slot for the Lions.
No,
John Kitna was the quarterback.
Receiver?
They had just 1,000 injuries. He came in and played slot and had.
Did he have a catch?
6 catches.
What? Can we look? I need proof of this. I need proof of this. This is wild.
Played slot most of, if not the entire game, basically.
So I think it's again. I think he's going number 1 clearly.
Okay.
I think that obviously makes Bryce Young the choice at 2 to the Texans. I'm a little maybe less sure about that. And then I think that Colts fans. I don't know about the Colts front office, but Colts fans. I have a buddy who works in the organization and gives us the lay of the land. They are head over heels for Anthony Richardson at 4. Don't know if the organization is because to be honest, Will Levis feels much more like a Colts quarterback, just being a giant white guy. But we'll see. So I think, okay, McCown, look at him, dude. No way. John Kitna. There's a great name. What?
On the Patriots.
If you're listening on radio, just find your way to YouTube to see a quarterback go out there, play in the slot.
Okay, Josh, I see you, Bo. He'll probably be great with C.J. Stroud.
So you do think,
I think Stroud is clearly going number 1.
Okay.
And then
is this, with Aaron telling you every single day because of the one game against Georgia that C.J. Stroud's going 1 overall?
It is purely the Frank Reich and Josh McCown video. Maybe they're doing some like you said, some crazy deep level shadow games, and I'm not, my third eye isn't fully open enough to appreciate it. But and then I feel like Bryce Young still has to be second off the board. The only thing I have any question left is, do you go Levis or Richardson? And then the Seahawks at 5.
If I'm Houston and I get Bryce Young at 2 without having to do anything to move up,
yeah, you feel great. That's what I'm saying.
I'm feeling fantastic.
I agree. And then
I think C.J. Stroud is a really good football player, and I have seen flashes. The Penn State game, maybe even more so than the Georgia game, there's throws in that game that are Sunday throws. I think he'll be completely fine. He'll be a top 12 quarterback. The tape, though, to me, from Bryce is better.
Yeah, no, it is better. It is better.
And it's in the SEC compared to the Big Ten, where the speed is the speed, the size is the size. And
the numbers are actually better as well.
And he didn't have the receivers that C.J. Stroud had either.
All true. But he's 5'10", and that's just too much for a lot of people to overcome. I feel you, dude.
Or it's not enough for people.
Yeah, exactly. It's not enough to have people to overcome. I will say this. One thing Aaron did bring up on Snaps yesterday that I thought was actually a pretty great point. If Anthony Richardson's on the board at 5, if you're the Seahawks, that actually makes all the sense in the world. Because he's a project guy. You have Geno locked up for a bit, but he's not your long-term answer.
No, it's really actually like a 1-year situation.
Yeah.
What if Levis is available? Levis or Richardson?
Richardson.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
I guess in this, I'm assuming, obviously, that once you get to 5, 3 of the 4 are going to be off the board.
Yeah.
Go to Patient Plus Urgent Care, patientplusuc.com, and you will see the difference when you go to Patient Plus. Locations throughout the city, y'all. The facilities themselves are better than anywhere else, and I guess it's kind of hard to explain, Jake, right? But just it's just different, man. It's just different. It's better. The rooms are more comfortable. The technology is better. They have the digital profile sign in. Like, it feels like so many urgent cares were stuck in the past. This feels new, and so experience it for yourself by going to Patient Plus for when you're feeling bad.
Yeah, and it's going to be a location that's going to be convenient for you in the Baton Rouge area, and that's what they're all about. They're all about convenience, getting you in, getting you out. You can schedule an appointment online. Walk-ins always welcome as well. PatientPlusUC.com. Get in and get better.
At Corville Toyota in Opelousas, you can get 3.99% financing on select 2023 models, and as always, you will never pay over MSRP. We also have a large selection of pre-owned inventory. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Corville Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $10,000 off new 2022 Jeep Gladiators and $8,000 off new 23 Jeep Grand Cherokees. All new Bayou automotive vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Good morning, everybody. It is 9 a.m. on Friday, March 24th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect cloudy skies with a high of 87. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. OTB OT, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back. OTB. Hour number 3. Rich Hughes is going to be in here soon for some champagne shenanigans. We got to talk Pelicans still. I'm feeling nice and limber. Went and saw my girl Crystal Poche yesterday. Jake got some of that healing energy put in me. Waking up old nerves, unlocking some of this football trauma. Crystal's incredible. If you need any like body work, right? Yeah, make my leg longer. No longer walking like just a hobbled mess. Back, neck, everything feels better. Go check out Crystal Poche for show. But yeah, I'm in a great mood, I think, because it's a weekend, and because I get to watch LSU and Arkansas on the Boxer weekend, and the Pels won 3 in a row with Brandon Ingram, first career triple double, huh? What was it, 30-11-11 or 30-11-10?
30-11-10, I think, first career. Yep.
Fantastic night from Brandon Ingram, taking care of business. But it's again, they're in just a bit of the weird spot now. Where you always knew that these 4 games, like, you had to win these, right? Now you started with a loss, so you made everybody panic. You managed to right the ship. You end up going 3-1 during them, which I believe is acceptable. But now the real test begins this weekend, as you got to take on the Clippers. And unfortunately, my guy, one of my favorite players in the NBA, Paul George, 9-inch king, is out for LA. Mario, how you feeling about the Pels taking out the Clips?
I think they got a good shot. I mean, they played well the last few games, and the loss in Houston was terrible, but I also think the Rockets were feeling themselves a little bit at that point in time. They were on a 3-game winning streak. I'll give them a little bit of credit.
Just beat the Lakers.
Yeah, and if you can go into LA and get a win, it definitely makes up for that loss. And it's good fortune with Paul George. It's crazy, man. Last year, before the second play-in game, Paul George got COVID, and he had been playing really well.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Then the Clippers did not have him against the Pelicans. They take advantage, win, and make the playoffs. Now you're about to play him in a huge game for seeding, and Paul George snaps his leg the game before.
So this is a good thing to highlight here, Mario, because, Jake, all the time in stuff involving randomness, we're very guilty of, I can't remember what the exact term is. It might be called cognitive bias or I don't know. The bias, though, where so I first experienced this when I was really into Hearthstone, a card game that has an element of randomness in it, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, you always remember when the opponent pulls the exact card he needs off the top of the deck and gets lucky and wins. But when you do it, it was skill. Like, it doesn't stand out in your mind when it happens to you. So Pelicans fans are out here always talking about how, the stars always come back for us. Like, every single time they get healthy, right? Okay, well, just remember this. Goes around, comes around, and sometimes fortune does smile upon you, as it appears that it has a bit. And never in the way that you want, but also, whatever. You're desperate to try to make the play-in again. You need this.
Yeah, Mario, let me ask you this. 4-game stretch there, not great competition, but still going 3-1. Did you see anything that gives you confidence maybe moving forward in those 4 games?
Yeah, maybe a few things. They're getting Valanciunas going. He has 4 straight 19-point games.
They feel great. Maybe a few things
like
but
that is a great point on Jonas.
They've played well, and they've been moving the ball around in general. Like, there's been a lot less ISO with BI and Ingram the last 4 games.
Yeah.
And it's been against lesser competition, but they are somewhat resembling, just the last 4 games, the team from last year that didn't have Zion. You need more Jonas, you need more ball movement, and you've seen that the last 4 games. Now hopefully it can replicate against a little better competition.
Last night was great as far as, like, not only was it BI, like CJ, and you mentioned obviously getting points there. Trey Murphy as well, like, gets 19 points. You get 16 from Marshall. Like, it was a very balanced attack from the Pelicans, which is what they need, I think, to be successful. Because early in the season, when they were going like they were, it was, what were we talking about? We were talking about, like, the 4 bench guys that come in and they give you something. That's when they're at their best. Last night, like, you didn't get a huge amount of production from the bench, but your starters were really balanced, and then you had Marshall come in and give you 16. So it's like the best case scenario for them to play that style of ball.
It's crazy that not having Jose Alvarado might be kind of what holds you back in the end. But
just his energy, man, I think they miss. Like, him coming off the bench and giving you that spark is something they definitely don't have right now.
You know whose energy I missed? and who comes off the bench every Friday, give us a little spark.
Look,
Rivers Shue!
I just
Studio Rivers, what's
showed up a
What's
couple
going on?
minutes late to give you guys an opportunity
Talk Pels.
to talk about the
I
Pelicans.
agree. I mean, it was great. It worked out perfect for the show.
You're welcome.
Awesome show planning by me to talk about the Pelicans. Literally the segment we go off in New Orleans. Great job there, Bob. That's how you plan a show, folks. So the entire first hour talking March Madness, and then wait to talk about the local team when you're no
Come
longer
on, how
on
could you not
locally.
talk about March Madness after
No, I
what
mean,
we
it was
got
awesome.
last night?
It was awesome last night. And it's going to be awesome this afternoon with the LSU women's team kicking ass and with more Sweet 16 games on the way.
So I've been momming alone all week.
Oh, yeah, Kevin's on vacation.
Yes, no, he's working. I mean, he's just in somewhere else. Which does feel like a vacation when you have 2 small children.
Yeah,
and
which we have, yes, we know very well from Mobile.
Before I knew he was going out of town, I agreed to teach like a private class on Thursday night of this week. And so I had to get a babysitter. So it was like a little vacation for your girl.
Yeah, it feels great.
So I had a babysitter come, and then I had a little time left between the class and when I had told the babysitter. So I went and sat at the Overpass Merchant and had a glass of wine and ordered like food to go and sat at the bar. But I caught the very end of the Kansas State game.
Ooh.
But it was funny. So I was sitting there, and I guess I like to sit around the corner. So I sat in the corner regardless of like where anyone else is sitting.
Yes.
So there was a guy, one other person sitting at this bar.
Corner facing the corner or corner facing the restaurant? Because they're two complete opposite things. Like if you go corner facing corner, you really want to be alone. I'm a corner facing the restaurant because I want to people watch.
Corner facing the restaurant.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I just want to feel like I can see everything that's happening, especially when you're alone. You know, like I'm looking at my phone, but I'm also kind of watching everyone.
Yeah.
But anyways, there's a guy sitting like 2 seats from me. We're the only people at the bar. And he's obviously watching this game. I can just hear him. He's just cussing under his breath. He's like, and I can tell that like he's just like hanging out by himself. He's bored. He's trying to sort of engage me. I'm just not in the mood. I'm tired.
Yeah, you're
it's been a long week.
Out.
I just want to look at my phone, drink this glass of wine, and I can tell like he's like getting a little louder with it. He wants me to hear and be like, "What's going on? You know, who do you have?" Like,
he's
the
essentially
whole deal.
throwing a line out there.
Yes,
like
and I just was like, "Ugh." Well, so then
I just ate, bro. I'm not hungry. Reel it in.
So there's this guy, but then there's a second guy who sits down. He's same thing. He sits in the middle, so he starts watching the game. Then they're kind of interacting about the game. This guy is still trying to interact with me, so I was like, fine, I'm not gonna ignore. So I'm like talking to them, but what I found was the second guy wanted no opinions from me basketball wise. Would not even make like this guy was like, you know, and I don't really care who wins this game, you know, but this guy was engaging with me. This guy was like, anytime I started talking, he just glazed over. I was like, okay. I know, it was a real like, I mean, it could be.
Did he try to mansplain the tournament to you?
I recognize I can be obnoxious, so maybe he was just ignoring me because I'm obnoxious, but it felt very, you know, I don't want to listen to a woman talk about basketball. Yeah, I got that vibe from him hard.
She's never been to Vegas to watch March Madness multiple times.
And I kind of was like, you know what? That's actually fine. That's fine. I'm just gonna sit here.
Who cares?
I'm gonna sit here and
let it ride.
But that game was crazy.
It was sick.
That was incredible.
Watching Noel ball out at the end, and I was wondering earlier today because he hits that layup. You know, he gets a steal and then he hits a layup, which is just kind of like a little flourish on the excellent performance. And I was wondering if it cost anybody money wise, and it at least cost our girl Megan making money, who I guess had live bet the plus 4.5.
There's always a bad beat out there with live betting.
I mean, that little up and under, throwing it at 100 miles an hour and somehow spinning it in to add a nice little stat.
And got to have his hand like barely with any time.
Right behind me. So they had that on the main TV, obviously, because everybody was watching that. And then poor Arkansas back behind me. They got them like stuck over in the corner.
They were in the corner facing the corner. Arkansas was.
They were in the corner facing the corner.
Yeah, nobody was wanting to hang out with them.
Like the coolest part about it, we talked about
My
earlier.
eyes glazed over.
Yeah. We talked about like him being from Harlem and going to St. Patrick and his Twitter handle, Instagram handle at Mr. New York. Like, it's hard to imagine a better setting than doing that in the Mecca, in the Garden, being from there. Like, is it so like Jamar Chase, what he did in the national championship game in the Superdome? Is that the equivalent of it? Do you think, or is basketball because it's like a little bit more individual because like you're the point guard, you got the ball in your hands, you're making the plays, you don't have a helmet on?
I think it's the Garden situation because of those reasons and also because it's the Garden. right?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, the lighting,
Mecca. Just
a
the
cool-
lighting
yes.
feels like a stage, right? Even in football, the Superdome doesn't
Have you ever been there?
that feeling. No, I never have.
It has, like, more than any arena I've ever been in. It has the feel of just the court being lit
Yeah,
up.
I know. You can see it on TV.
Yeah.
Like, you almost can't see the crowd at all.
It's weird. It's kind of
looks
weird,
like.
actually, but it plays. Like, that,
But it
they did that on
leads to just
purpose.
legendary pictures, too.
Yeah.
Like some of the still shots that come out of there.
Y'all may have talked about this. I mean, this is obviously a week late because, you know, I'm here on Fridays. But did y'all talk about the Fairleigh Dickinson, their like where they play? Have you seen it?
Yes. Yeah. It is. It's a high school gym.
I mean, but I guess
Essentially.
when you're talking about that, I feel like probably playing anywhere for like that team feels like
bro.
Feels like the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But like
they didn't even deserve to be in the tournament.
how wild is that? It's just like, oh.
And they got that done. They got. I mean,
their
Their
coaches.
coach parlayed to a 5-year contract with Iona.
Yeah.
I know, and that's
5 years.
that's kind of what I'm wondering. Is that solid hiring strategy?
I don't think so, because Fairleigh Dickinson wasn't great during the. I mean, they were second in their conference, but they didn't win the Northeast.
It's such like a
Very
look at the
magnetic.
shiny object.
That's
Just
what
like
happens every
snapping it
year
up.
during the tournament.
No, I know.
Like
I
it's gone farther away from it, because like Providence just hired a coach that wasn't in the tournament, and St. John's goes and gets Rick Pitino. Ed Cooley goes to Georgetown. So all the movement's kind of been movement that didn't really get affected by the NCAA tournament. But like Tobin Anderson getting Iona, like that is strictly from his team winning one game.
Yeah.
And that's why he got the Iona job. He's
and
replacing
looking
Rick
pretty
Pitino.
good in the second game.
Iona's a tournament
so
team.
that is, to me, that is where it gets very scary for all you Iona fans out there. Is
all two of you.
Yeah.
There's dozens of us.
Are they the Gales?
I have no idea.
The Gales?
Yeah, they are the Gales.
Are they?
Gales?
Iona, I believe they're like one of the last
New York, I
companies.
know that.
They're
They're
one
in
of the
New
last
York.
companies in the bidding for the Pac-12, right? Isn't that right? It's
I thought
Ion.
was it not you that said you had like a full conversation about Iona with somebody on a plane?
No. Oh yeah. No. Yeah, that's true. Actually,
Okay.
yes, it was. I just talked to a mother before I got on a flight. We were at the bar having a drink together, and she was coming back from watching them win the conference tournament. So they were going to the tournament. So I picked them.
Yeah.
In all my brackets, but yeah, I mean that would be scary to me. Is not only are you hiring a guy who's kind of what does his resume look like, but you're replacing a guy who maybe has like the best college basketball resume ever, or at least he's in the top 10, top 5 in Pitino, right? Has he cheated? Sure, whatever. Who doesn't? But he brings everybody to tournaments and to Final Fours, no matter where he's at. So we'll see what happens with Iona. Watch out! We're gonna have to revisit this in 2 years and see who was right.
Look, I love your jacket.
Here it comes. Freaking new.
Because I wore your jacket.
It's cold in the studio today.
It's so hot outside.
I know. I got in the car.
I felt dumb wearing
it was
this.
It was like 75 degrees. I got in the car. I was like, yeah, but it's gonna get cold.
It's gonna rain today.
Yeah, so it means it's gonna get cold after that.
Do you think? Sometimes it does. Not a weather guy. So
I assume that rain, unless it's the summer, it just always means, like if you're in a transition period, that rain means the weather's about to change.
Maybe so.
So I have no idea. But I think it's going to be a chilly weekend here in the capital city. When we get back, let's crack this bottle of champagne open and enjoy this last hour of the show for the week. More off the bench coming up next.
OTB, OT. Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walker.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Terrio with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Terrio and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
I had to leave my parents. I had to move schools. I don't know anyone here. Everything keeps changing. Why is this happening to me? I'm sure glad you're here.
Change a child's story. There's a child in foster care waiting for a volunteer like you.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset.
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Friday's AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Since LSU Arkansas start at noon, we'll be a de facto post-game show. The right radio hours return. Join us 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Sunshine, thank you for rain, thank you for joy, thank you for pain. It's a beautiful day, it's a beautiful day. Lord, I thank you for sunshine, thank you for rain, thank you for joy, thank you for pain. It's a beautiful day, it's a beautiful day. Lord, I thank you for sunshine.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Welcome back. Oh, that's the way to set the mood. A little positive start to set your mind. The way that Coach O used to talk about setting his jaw, I set my mind with this song sometimes. To remind you, even when you're feeling bad, there's a lot to be thankful for.
A lot of wardrobe police in the chat today.
Yeah.
Got some
hat
problems. Got some
your
bomber jacket
jacket
problems. You guys need to get it together on that wardrobe.
I know. I feel like my hat, it says United.
It's a cool hat.
I actually really like that hat.
And it goes with the Team USA jersey.
Yeah.
They play today, so I was just being patriotic.
That's probably my favorite hat that you wear.
Yeah, what are they saying about it? It's got a little.
That's
little,
try hard.
Little rope yarn in front.
Did they give you?
Does it mean like I'm too old to wear it? Is that what that probably says?
Maybe so.
I don't know. I didn't see the
Probably too old.
response of why it was try hard, but
I don't know. I think
like
probably
that
because I'm old.
I don't know.
I did. You can make fun of me for my whole upper body t-shirt jacket combination because again, I pulled the. I have no idea what I'm doing. I think that mannequin looks cool.
Yeah.
Give me the pieces on.
I
that
can't wait.
mannequin.
I can't wait till he comes in and he's got that jacket on with shorts.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I
What's up,
can't
guys?
wait for.
You know what's so nice? So it does actually promote good posture, right? Though, because it's got these higher pockets,
Mhm.
so you kind of tend to, puff your chest out a little bit when you got your hands in the pockets.
The one
Feels
time
good.
I wore it, it was because I didn't want to have good posture. So it was the opposite.
Yeah, I guess. Well, you also weren't hands in the pockets.
I wasn't hands in the
Yeah,
pockets.
there
I
you
was
go.
just straight up.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay, Rivs, you have linked, and Danny, it's in the document, so go ahead and get this.
What did I link?
The Daily Loud tweet. Was that you that put that in there, or did one of y'all do that? Who did this?
What, the Chris Brown one?
Yes.
Yeah, that was me.
Good job, Mario. Add the document. Hell yes.
I'm genuinely
Somebody else adding original content to the document. We love to see it.
genuine. If I do, it's usually sports, but I'm genuinely curious to y'all's opinion about this
Okay,
female and
hell
her
yeah.
boyfriend's reaction.
Well, I'm glad that y'all are going to be reacting to
Yeah.
this for the first time, like I just did during the commercial break when I clicked on this link that randomly showed up in the Google Doc. Danny, can you bring it up so they can see it, so I'm not having to just explain it without any visual aid here. I'm running out of ways to extend this sentence. There we go. Okay, so this guy on the right here with the goatee, I guess his girlfriend went to a Chris Brown concert. At the Chris Brown concert, Chris Brown gave her a lap dance, and then he broke up with his girlfriend for getting a lap dance from Chris Brown at a concert. Hey, you two, on the phone, on the YouTube chat. What am I dealing with teens?
What? I'm sorry.
We're doing a
I
live
was
radio
chatting. I
show.
was chatting.
What are you're literally texting people in the chat in the middle of the show while ignoring the entire setup.
Trying to interact
that I
with
just
our
stalled
listeners.
to get you.
Okay. We're here. He broke
Jesus.
up, got a lap dance, got broken up with.
Yes, but this is obviously
I was
ridiculous.
listening to
It was. I recognized that it was. I recognized.
This is obviously absurd, Mario. Like, of course you don't break up with your girlfriend for getting a lap dance at a concert from the star of the concert.
No.
You'd be happy for her.
You let her go up there?
You're
Like,
happy for you? Like, okay, whatever. It is what it is. I'm not like, you're happy.
was he
What?
there? Was he there?
Who cares?
My point is that like he obviously let her go up there. Like it.
Maybe he wasn't there. He probably
I
wasn't
don't
there.
think he
Could've been
was
girls.
there. We could look it up, but I don't think he was there. I
I
think it
think-
went viral.
But to be clear, Chris Brown gives people lap dances at every show.
It's a part of the show.
It's part of the show.
dude. It's sick.
That guy does not care. It's part of his show. Like he gives girls lap dance at every show. And I'm not saying that like you should go up there and get one if you have a boyfriend, but I am saying that is a part of every show. So it's not like he singled this girl out and was like, this is what we're gonna do.
No, this is crazy psycho behavior.
Obvious.
You be pumped because your girlfriend got a lap dance from Chris Brown. She got to go on stage. She got to dance with the guy that she went to go see at the concert. That's cool as hell.
Yeah, I agree with you, but the artist definitely has to have certain cachet, like Chris Brown, Usher, like on that tier.
Yeah, I mean, look.
If not, I'll be a little
want
upset.
I don't want her maybe getting a
Yeah,
lap
I
dance
was
from
gonna
the
say,
local
like,
Friends
the guy
act
Chris
that nobody's
Brown's
ever
looking
heard
really
of.
cool up there.
Like that's a little. But even then, no. If you go on stage, you're a part of the show. Get a lap
No,
dance. Who
but
cares?
like B tier,
dude?
like if it was like Miguel, I'd be mad.
No, dude, that's
Right?
an insecure relationships you're involved
I
in.
don't know.
Man.
It's not like they're. I mean,
Maybe it's the
Danny,
hands.
Look up the Janet Jackson
Maybe it's
lap
the
dance
hands.
on the Fan from back in the day because that's one of the greatest ones of all time.
but they also kind of have. And I don't
it's
know
a lap dance, guys.
Well, but look, I don't know how
the
this
hands
works.
are what they are.
I don't know how this works with concerts like that, but they have to do some vetting. Like, they're not just bringing up a random person to get a lap dance. They had to talk to this girl before they brought her up. There had to have been some things. It wasn't like he just was like, you up here now. That's just not how that works because she could have been dangerous. She could have been anyone, you know? Like, they had to vet her a bit.
Do they? I think they do just kind of bring random people. I mean, they might do a pat down. I don't think they're doing like
You don't
before a
think?
concert. She's not getting chosen before a concert.
What's happening here?
This is the greatest in-concert lap dance of all time.
What's this guy
doing? This is Janet Jackson, and he's such a Janet Jackson fan. He is losing his mind. Actually, this is not even necessarily the one that I was talking about. There's even a different one. So Janet has put it on a
She's
few
like not
different
even
guys,
touching him, really.
at her
Oh,
concert.
okay, she
No,
is now.
she gets
Now
into
she
it.
is. Now
no,
she
no,
is.
it gets
Whoa.
steamy. Yeah,
Whoa.
no. Janet goes hard. And look at him. My guy's
Should we
losing
be
it.
like showing this?
I mean, we're fine. We're on YouTube. It's okay. That's allowed. There's no nudity. But no, but that's how steamy it gets. Is that you do feel like there's another one, Danny, with a bald guy that it looks like his soul is leaving his body. But no, guys.
That guy's soul looked like it might have been leaving his body a little.
If your natural reaction is to
do you think girls break up with their boyfriends every time they go to a strip club?
I think that's on a relationship by relationship basis, right?
No, I know, but that's it's an equivalent, it's an adjacent thing. Like, that doesn't happen every time a guy goes to a strip club, he doesn't get broken up with.
No, but then again,
I don't know anybody.
Some guy, just don't even do it. Would you break up with your boyfriend if he got a lap dance from Janet Jackson?
Oh, well, for sure not.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's awesome.
I would send him on up there.
Yeah, exactly. I would pay good money to see Kevin tied up. Jake, can you imagine Kevin tied up in the cruciform there?
And Janet in the Catwoman outfit.
Yes, Janet in the leather Catwoman outfit grinding on him. That would be that'd be amazing. So no, man. If your instinct is that you would break up your girlfriend, then bruh, we got some security.
I mean, is there maybe more to it that we don't know about? Like,
yeah, if she, hooked up with him, that is different.
But maybe that happened,
You can't bang Chris Brown. Yeah, no, I don't think that is, because he says, just to update everyone regarding the Chris Brown comments, I'm no longer with my girlfriend because she doesn't think what she did was wrong. If it had been cheating, he would have mentioned it. It would have been, yeah.
Gotta get that guy out of here.
Did y'all ever see the Chris Brown lap dance where he threw the girl's phone in the stands?
No, but I'm not.
I just showed her.
Wait, what happened?
The girl's on her phone the entire time when
I was like, she's taking
recording.
a selfie. Yeah.
And he just throws it in the crowd.
I feel like that's what T-Bob almost just did to me and Jake.
That's what y'all deserve to happen.
I was just interacting with our listeners.
And I don't have my computer, so it looks worse for me because I'm like.
He yeeted that thing.
He did.
Huh? Danny?
You sounded like the woman
Is
that.
yeeted still cool?
It's been a long time since I heard that.
So it's perfect time for you to use it.
Jake, could you text Jax and ask if yeeted is still cool?
He'll let me know really quick.
Thank you. Please.
I'll say something. He'll look at me with this look. I'm like, missed the boat on that one, didn't I?
Hey, the field trip's gonna be pretty litty today, huh? Oof. What are you gonna get into? Huh?
By the way, I think he finally got me.
What?
Jackson's taller than me.
Oh, wow, that is like incredibly tall for his age, but sheesh.
Yeah.
It's a bad feeling.
I mean,
it's kind
there's
of a
two
proud
ways to
feeling,
think.
though, I guess.
What grade? Wait, what grade?
He's 7th. He's 13. He is a giant.
That's about right though.
Yeah.
Like that's when I feel like that's when the guys started like getting taller than me.
I grew
like
tall
7th grade.
in like this summer between 9th and 10th.
Or 7th and 8th. Or I was gonna say 8th too. Like that's when the guys started getting taller than me.
Yeah, he's a giant. Right. So like for me, like I really don't care because I mean obviously low man wins, but the second portion of it is like, yeah, I want my son to be a giant.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
Yeah, that's completely
he wants to play football. So
what happens when he beats you up, though, dude?
That ain't happening. This old man.
What happened when
We
he
raced
kicked his
yesterday because he called me out. Thank you very much.
Wow, and you beat him?
Oh, I gave him the Tyreek Hill.
I do remember.
He called me out, so like this wasn't me being like old man.
I do remember being at the pool one time, and I saw Katie, even though she is much smaller than him, straight up put this man in a headlock.
Oh yeah,
and shut it down real quick.
She threatened him yesterday, like 7 months pregnant. Yeah.
All right. When we get back, more OTB.
OTB. OT.
CentralPlumbing.org. 925-8552. CentralPlumbing.org is the number. Central Plumbing, where they're going to fix your plumbing problems. How about that? Central Plumbing, they've been at it for 50 years, y'all. But it's not just issues, even though flat rate pricing, great warranty coverage. I'm burping champagne while trying to do this. And everybody's like about insured, obviously. And 24/7 emergency service. So, like, absolutely there when you need them. But also, Jake, they can upgrade your life as well.
They can. If you're looking to remodel, that's not just at your home. Certainly, they can come in your home and do whatever you need them to get done there, but they have the fleet available. If you own a business and you have a large building, they can come in and completely overhaul that as well. And we always encourage you to go tankless because, look, we know what time it is. Baseball, soccer, softball, cheerleading, whatever it is, you're getting home late and you still got to shower, dishes, laundry, the whole deal. We'll never run out of hot water again. Go tankless with Central Plumbing, centralplumbing.org.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer. Based right here in Louisiana, over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walker.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Terrio with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Terrio and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
I had to leave my parents. I had to move schools. I don't know anyone here. Everything keeps changing. Why is this happening to me? I'm sure glad you're here.
Change a child's story. There's a child in foster care waiting for a volunteer like you.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal.
It's Friday, lock of the week. Join me, Jimmy Ott and Charles Hannegriff, live from Rufino. Special time, 10 a.m. to noon on Fridays, lock of the week. Game time presented by Bet Rivers from Rufino's on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Yes, I try. Yes, I try. Your love and me. Even though you know I die for you. Your love and me. Yes, I cry. Yes, I cry. Return of the man. It is. Return of the man. Come on. Return of the man. Oh my God. You know that I've been there. Here I am. Return of the man. Once again. Return of the man.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
So we were talking a little LSU, or excuse me, we were talking a little SEC baseball during the break, and I didn't. I was going to bring this up eventually. I didn't want to do it off the bat.
Rather us talk LSU.
I mean, for sure. I mean, I don't mind. Look, I'm fully aware of what's happening. I'm not avoiding it.
You're going through what LSU went through in football.
Yes, we are exactly what y'all went through in football.
Yeah. If you don't remember, Mississippi State in their 1,000th team season, like their 1,000th.
You love that stat.
Well, because
I feel like you're the only person I hear use it though.
Because think about how awesome it is. Like how weird is real life sometimes that it wasn't the 987th season,
right,
or 732. It was a perfect 1,000 when they finally hit that team natty incredible moment. And then like LSU,
fell off.
Everything fell off to crap in year number 2, but it's okay. You know what? It's just 1 year. It's 1 year after natty. You're good. But now 0-3 start to the conference play. You got Vanderbilt coming up this weekend to Duty Noble, And you just told us, Rivers, a shocking Mississippi State statistic.
Yeah, Lamonas has lost the last 14 conference games in a row.
Ooh.
14.
That is.
Oof.
It's disappointing.
That is hard to do in baseball, too.
It is hard. How?
Which sucks.
That's the question is like, I'm not even mad. I'm just like, how?
Yeah.
How did you do that? And so then it makes me start to think, like, how many of those players, that Natty team?
Yes, this is how it goes.
No, just like,
these are your first steps into
how many,
getting him out.
How many of those players were Andy's players? How many of those players were Cohen's players?
Exactly,
Like,
dude.
what are we doing? I mean, truly though, that was the they still would have been on that team. Andy's players still would have been on that team.
No, 100%.
So, like, what are
And like
we
if you look at somebody like Jay Johnson, he is an excellent baseball coach. I think he proved that last year. But how did he take the big jump this year? Purely through recruiting.
Right.
Yeah. Just getting the best
Well,
players.
okay, so we do have some, like we did do some recruiting.
Who was like the best player from that national
well,
championship team?
They were all really, really good.
It kind of wasn't, so it wasn't like the star like Mississippi State's had in the
our
past.
whole team was good.
Who was the hitter that was
There
there
were
for like
several-
17
there were-
years? Tanner Hall?
Jake Mangum?
Jake
Was he
Mangum.
still
I
there?
think it's Jake
No,
Mangum.
he's already
Mangum
gone.
wasn't there? Oh, wow. Okay, never mind. Anyway,
No, I'm not trying to think of the players. I'm trying to say that I think that we do this year have some recruits, and that's the problem. I think that
like in the
we
docket.
are not seeing those people perform maybe the way they should be, and so then what kind of problem is that? And I was telling y'all, I was listening to AFR yesterday, and Kendall Rogers came on, and he was talking about how he thinks the big problem area is like pitching right now.
Yeah, they're very bad.
We have
on the
some
mound.
guys,
Last in the
but we
SEC.
have some guys who shouldn't. I mean, we shouldn't be, right? Based on who we have, they're not being utilized in the correct way. And so, like, he thinks, or I don't know what he said on Jake's show. He said something different on Jake's show. But when I was listening to AFR, he said he thinks Lamonas is okay right now. He thinks that the first person to go probably, if we continue this way, will be the pitching coach.
And so, funnily enough,
It's like
he
the
was-
offensive coordinator gets fired.
Yes, which that makes all sense in the world. I mean,
Youth
he
coordinator
just
gets
won the
fired.
Natty,
Yeah.
so you still give him that rope, or you give him as much as you can.
Do you think?
But then you said Kendall Rogers is on off campus
He said the
right
opposite.
before that, and said the opposite.
Well, just like the pressure was up on the head coach.
Yeah, so I wonder if maybe like did he get some sort of pushback once he said that on
Well,
off campus, and then kind of.
So
like,
let me ask
I
both
don't
of
think
you.
he said that. I don't think that he meant
That he-
Lamonas
that he
to
wasn't
stay
gonna get
forever.
any- right.
He just meant like when you're looking at the full coaching staff, the guy that's going to go first, the guy that we're worried about right now is the pitching coach.
That makes sense.
So let me ask both of you this, because it was, Mississippi State's first national championship, because they did celebrate it as they should have so much. Like, does he get an extra year that even a coach like Coach O, because LSU had won national
because it was our
championships?
first, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He gets.
Do you get like an extra
a
year
little
from
more,
that?
a little
I
more
feel like
leniency.
you probably do.
A little more leniency, yeah, maybe.
So.
But,
I
well-
think this is a classic Chiswick, right? Where if this year ends up okay, he will get one more year to make it good.
Right, that's what I'm
But
saying.
if this goes to,
Well,
Are you saying too
okay,
bad?
wait.
Yeah.
So, okay, I think with your average team, what you're saying, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's true for Mississippi State because while we have not won any national championships,
Too much pride in baseball.
But still
our
the
baseball
resources
team
go into baseball.
is always good.
Yeah.
Right.
No, 100%.
We don't always win the Natty, obviously, but we are always
No,
good.
so-
and we are good in the SEC. So now we're just bad everywhere. We're
So-
just losing to everyone.
So that's why I think that he could get fired this year.
Yes,
Is
yes,
If it
that's
could
my
be
point.
because of that pride of the program where it is like LSU with football or something. That's
Maybe
just
if
not
it was
something you
like,
can
I
be
know it
bad
sounds
at.
bad, but maybe if it was basketball for us,
no, you've been
like
good for
maybe
a
we
few
win the
years.
Natty, our
That makes
coach is
sense.
bad for 2 years,
Yeah.
we keep him. It's gonna be fine. We're kind of
Yes, 100%.
in baseball. I mean, in basketball, anyways. Baseball, whether we win the Natty or not, we're always good. We are not performing.
Now, at least
like we have lost 14 conferences,
That's
conference
wild.
games in
I
a
didn't
row.
know that. And they've got Vanderbilt
Yeah, I know.
and South Carolina.
Ugh.
Now both at home, which is that's great home field advantage there, obviously. But number 4 and number 11, South Carolina,
Yeah.
who's as hot as anyone in the country,
Yeah, it's bad.
has hit a bazillion home runs already, and your pitching is already. What if you get to 20 straight SEC
Oh my
losses?
gosh, what?
I mean,
it's like
no,
at this
surely
point. At
you're
this
gonna
point,
stumble into a win.
At this point,
Like
well,
somewhere.
in the last 14, how did we not stumble into a win? What
Fair,
are we
fair.
talking about? It is
Fair.
like that is so impressive. How?
It's the classic Anchorman. I'm not even mad.
Right. I'm just not sure
We
how
lost
that
14
even.
conference games in a row. Baxter, I'm impressed, Chris. Yeah. So
I'll keep you abreast.
Tough times at the dude.
It is. So yeah, Vandy's this weekend. So we'll.
It's an odd usage of abreast, but I mean, I do want to be kept abreast of the situation.
Keep you abreast of the situation.
No, I know. I just feel like
Did I not use it correctly?
No, you used it perfectly, but it just came out of nowhere, or maybe you like highlighted it in a weird way.
Did I say it weird? I might have said it weird.
No, I don't think you said it weird. That would be like a breast, which at that point nobody would have any clue.
So I didn't say like you say bomb.
My bomber jacket.
I saw a funny TikTok, and the girl was talking about funny bits she does just in day-to-day life. You know, like jokes she'll tell, like always, because they always get laughs.
Okay, yeah.
And she said one of the bits she does is that when she's talking and she says something obviously wrong and someone corrects her, she's like, yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, okay, that's not bad.
She said it plays every time.
Yeah, that's pretty
I need
good.
to start that. Because I will mess up a name so quick.
And someone will be like, no, it's actually, you should be like,
That's
yeah,
what
that's what I said.
I'm going to use that.
Yeah.
There's several bits. I was like, oh, wow, those would play.
Like when I'm on with Dallin, as I've told y'all, like he played basketball at Columbia. So I mean, he's like incredibly intelligent.
Yes.
And like he'll say words, I'm like, yeah, for sure. I have no idea what he's talking about.
Why did the sheep get in trouble?
This is not a bit. This is just a joke.
Because he was.
That sounds like my dad. He does the knock knock. Wait, what does my dad do? My dad.
Why did the chicken cross the road?
To get to the other side.
Because.
My dad does a pirate one. He's like something about knock knock. Who's there?
Hey,
something about art.
So I gotta give a shout out. I stole both of those.
That was good.
I don't know my guy's name.
Oh,
I
that
met
was
him
good.
at. I didn't even meet him. Like we never exchanged names.
We never exchanged names.
He just dropped these on me, and I was dying laughing at Estruma a couple weeks ago. So
what?
I wish I could shout you out, man, but I love both of those.
Okay,
jokes.
so you stole those, so you can't claim those.
No,
but
cannot.
what? I have one. Like,
Okay.
what is one of your? Do either of you have a bit? Like something like she said, like something that you do regularly because you know
I
that
I
it
have
plays.
plenty. I know I have plenty.
Because
I
you
gotta
know
think.
it plays, and so you're always gonna go to it. Mine is whenever I go to a restaurant and I finish my whole meal and the waiter comes and takes it and he's like, and I'm like, oh yeah, obviously hated it.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe you should send it back and bring me more and I could try it again. And it plays every time. He's like, actually, I say that it plays. That waiter's like,
I mean,
Waiter's probably like,
they're probably tired. They're sick of dealing with people. No, okay, I've never heard the addendum at the end. I love a good, obviously I hated it, but I've never heard send me back some more free. That's
I'll try it again.
great.
I'll try it again.
I am adding that to the repertoire.
Yeah, I feel like you have so many.
I have so many. I don't know why I'm blanking. Give me a commercial
Is your whole life a
break.
bit?
Kind of. And like I probably don't want to ruminate on that too long because yeah. In this job especially where the bit ends and real life begins is a blurred line. Shout out Robin Thicke. Not really. It's kind of a problematic song.
Oh, I remember what my dad's joke is. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Interrupting pirate.
Interrupting. There we go. Okay. That's not
That's the
bad.
one.
That's pretty good. Even though because that
I think
that
that's only
hits.
funny because
So
of the way
funny.
that you're so good at doing the
So
the
he
call
was
part.
exactly, but he was even better. And
Like,
he
if
made
I
me,
did that joke, it wouldn't be that funny.
He made me die laughing when I heard it. Like that one hit harder than the bad, even though that one's good as well.
See, you're
pretty good sheep.
I was gonna
right
say
there.
your sheep is real.
That was a really good sheep.
I know we need to go to break. Maybe we talk about this after break. But we have this book at home that it's like Grant's favorite book, and it's all these like exotic animals, and it tells you what they sound like.
Yeah.
Y'all, animals sound not like I thought they did.
What noise does a giraffe make?
Oh,
Ponder it.
goes,
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
so
like
you know that from the book?
yeah.
Okay.
And then pandas are like.
Well, that's kind of
It's
cute.
so wild though, because I've never thought about what a rhino sounds like,
Well, I
or
thought
like a like I just didn't even realize that rhinos
just
made
breathe.
sound.
No, they just go.
No, I can't remember
horse.
exactly the
Yeah,
sound.
kind of horse-like. Yeah.
No, it
there's
has
a
a-
lot of spit that just came.
It has a sound. I can't remember what the rhino does, but like I've just never. It's like zebra. What's a zebra sound like? I just kind of assumed it sounded like a horse.
I did too, and they don't do that. What do they sound
I
like?
can't
Like a
remember.
ring
I'll have to
or
bring the
something?
book. Yeah.
They gotta like my boy Kendrick Perkins better on these shows, dude. They are messing with us at this point. More off the bench coming up next.
OTB, OT.
What? What is going on? It looks like they're trying to keep him anonymous.
He hasn't been unlocked
He's
yet.
on first 48 right
Go to
now.
All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com. All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com. Look, they're my favorite dealership in town. Again, we don't have like a free lease or anything from them, right? I took my business to All-Star because I love what they offer. I love Toyotas. I love the Sienna minivan. I love that I went in there with a number at a time and I was like, this is what I can budget. And they came up with a lease for me that's worked great for the last 3 years. If you want to feel taken care of, you want customer service, you want the best selection, you want the best deals, it's all there off of Airline Highway. Go to allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
Yeah, I've been telling you over the last couple of weeks, now is a great time to check out that rental process because you probably have some type of a spring break coming up, or maybe it's coming up as soon as Monday. Don't worry, it's not too late. Per day rental prices, all online, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
Our listeners fire up their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I had to leave my parents. I had to move schools. I don't know anyone here. Everything keeps changing. Why is this happening to me? I'm sure glad you're here.
Change a child's story. There's a child in foster care waiting for a volunteer like you.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walker.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Terrio with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Terrio and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Friday's AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Since LSU Arkansas started at noon, we'll be a de facto post-game show. The right radio hours return. Join us 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB, OT, with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Well, it's a good thing that we have two teens in the group here, guys, because my computer's been broken all day. I can't monitor chat. Do we have any Ask the Bench brought to you by Cold Curse Light, Vizzy Artelton, Blue Moon, Light Sky, Citrus Sweet?
Ask the Bench. Why is yesterday's show not in the YouTube catalog?
NBC Universal.
What did y'all do? What did y'all play?
I don't know.
What'd you do, Danny?
It was at World No, it could have been World Baseball Classic. They want that stuff out there.
yeah.
No, they want that stuff out there.
It was actually Larsa Pippen.
Ooh,
The thing that you brought to the table that I said was not worth it.
Wait, you brought Larsa Pippen up?
Well, we were gonna show it.
Wow.
The whole week.
We've
but we
been
kept
teasing
pushing
it
it
all
off.
week, so it became a bit. And so, actually, no, it was great show timing by Danny because we had kind of made a bit of talking about it but not talking about it, and then he brought it into a natural segment.
He did.
I
think it was a big deal.
But
No big deal.
no doubt, Larsa Pippen was not worth it. Like,
no,
she is not worth the entire show.
No, not
being
with having
taken
Chef
off.
in studio.
No.
From
We
what
need to
I-
get that back on.
What I know about Larsa Pippen on the internet is she was probably searching her name and saw herself on your show and then reported you.
Yeah,
That
that's
is some
probably true.
Larsa Pippen stuff.
And you did hear about what she said.
All right.
I did.
She said she
All
had
right.
sex 3 times a day. No, 4 times a night, 7 days a week for 23 years
That's
straight.
not true.
She claimed that her and Scottie Pippen, that she would fly a private jet and they would keep that pace all 365 for 23 years.
That's a lie.
Duh, of course. But she said it too like Andy Cohen. And everyone's like,
what did
are you
Andy
talking about?"
Cohen say?
He's like, oh my God. He was just like taken aback. And then one girl nailed it. She was like, your poor vagina. Yes,
That was like my very first thought.
100%.
Ask the Bench. Favorite Tom Cruise movie?
I don't want to be a slave to recency bias.
Look, I love Interview with the Vampire.
I think
that's one of my favorite movies.
I mean, he's not the lead in Outsiders.
I like
but
literature.
I love Outsiders.
It's not even a literature thing. It's a vampire thing.
You do like vampires. That's right. Who do you like?
Outsiders.
Oh, Stay Golden.
I think that one's hard for me because we were forced to interact with that during school.
Everybody was.
And so then it's like, then it becomes
Great
a
movie,
thing you
though.
were forced to
Patrick
interact
Swayze.
with. Yeah, a lot
it's
of
got Tom
people.
Cruise, Milo Estevez.
Matt Dillon.
Matt
Who else?
Dillon
What's
is
the guy?
in it.
Matt Dillon. That's him. Yeah.
Is it Josh Brolin?
Yes.
Josh Brolin. I mean, it's a
lot of movies. I mean, a
incredible
lot of people.
cast.
Yeah.
I would go. I'm gonna take.
What movie are you about to say?
Well, for me, it's either Mission Impossible 1 or
Mission Impossible 1.
or like I was
Really
obsessed
good.
growing up. I thought Ethan Hawke was so
Yeah.
cool. I used to play Mission
You know, I didn't watch
Impossible all
that
the time.
movie until like 2 years ago.
I still get stressed out when he's
With
like
all
on
of
the
them.
elevator and the
Yeah.
spikes are
I
coming down.
started at the first, and I sort of
Yeah.
like, I think I stopped at
Wait,
like
when did you
4.
first watch it?
Like recently, like
Oh,
a couple
the
years
first
ago.
one? Oh wow. Gum?
Ask the Bench. Favorite movie based off a video game?
There's not many good ones.
No.
I don't think I know. I wouldn't know if one was.
Not. I'm trying to think.
I think I'm going to make a call and say that this new Super Mario Brothers movie is actually going to be my favorite movie based on video game.
Really?
It looks fantastic.
What are some movies that are based on video games? Tell me.
The Mortal Kombat, Street
Oh,
Fighter.
I like. The first Mortal Kombat.
First Mortal Kombat's fun.
That one's good.
Yeah, that Jean-Claude Van Damme Street Fighter
Yes.
is not good,
That's
but
not-
it is like
yeah.
a
Horribly
gem.
good.
Yes, it is. It is ridiculous.
Oh wow, I love that
I
Mortal
liked
Kombat. movie.
Hitman actually more than most people did.
Um,
Or the bald Hitman.
Hitman was all right. Yeah.
it's all right.
What are some other
What's his name
ones?
from Justified?
Yeah.
There's also what's the Max Payne, which is
Ooh,
not very
Max
good.
Payne was
There's
bad.
Dead or Alive movies, which are awful.
Assassin's Creed was awful.
Assassin's Creed is one of the
Okay.
worst movies that's ever been
Okay.
put to film
Yeah.
of all time.
Will not watch. Cool. Good to know.
No, I think this Mario Brothers movie is about to be really good though. But the original Super Mario live action movie, another bad movie that's again a gem because of how wild it is. Shout out Booger McFarlane for his starring role as Koopa in the original live action Super Mario Brothers movie. If you know, you know. It's another thing the kids are saying, right?
You know,
Right?
you know.
Still
No, I
saying
don't
that?
think we're saying that anymore.
IFYKYK.
There we go. Any more Ask the Bench?
Let's see. Ask the Bench. Does T-Bob still have any MacBooks for sale?
No, I
Oh,
need a MacBook.
Wait, did you read the article? Have you seen the article?
No.
That was a specific thing that was happening to lots of verified people.
Because they were taking off two-factor.
No, they talked specifically about 2 other people, and the whole thing was the first thing that happened was 10 MacBooks went for sale.
Ah, there you go.
You were part of it. You
I
were
know.
famous enough to be part of
Not to
it.
brag. Oh wait, like it went like my specific Twitter was in the article?
No,
Or
but the exact same thing happened to you.
Yeah, that doesn't really count then.
They just didn't know it happened to you.
Ask the bench, for guys with beards, do you use a beard wash? And if so, do you wash it every day?
Yeah.
Do you use beard oil?
How do beards work? I don't really know.
Though.
I wash mine, like when mine gets like long, not as long as T-Bob's, I usually shampoo it.
Okay. I've never thought about how beards work.
But if not, I just wash it with soap.
If I'm washing and shampooing my hair, I will.
I don't.
Okay.
But if
I
I'm
guess
not,
oil.
But oil feels really good.
It's
If
a
you're living
conditioner.
right, if you do like a beard oil, it actually feels incredible.
Yeah.
Y'all have a great weekend. We'll see you later. See you Monday.
OTB.
Go Tigers. Beat the Hawks. Juvie Medical. JuvieMedical.com. Restore me, refuel me, rejuve me. Okay. Locations in Baton Rouge, Slidell, Metairie, now Shreveport as well, Jake. You want to feel younger, better, have the energy you used to have, be able to work out longer, harder. We ain't talking about PF Flyers. We're talking about HRT, okay, hormone replacement therapy. Maybe it's you, maybe it's not, right? Your body is going to be the guide. So you go in for a consultation, they draw your labs, and they customize a plan for you and what your body is telling them it needs to achieve peak performance. So 20, 30, 40, 50, male, female, I don't care. Also, ask about semaglutide, metabolization optimization while you're in there. Rejuve Me Medical.
Yeah, it could be something else, though, T. That's why you go and check the conditions that they can treat for you. It is a very long list, but you can't find that out until you get that consultation set up. So you can do it right there on the website, RejuveMeMedical.com. Also, pick up the phone, give them a call today, 225-240-7363.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
I had to leave my parents. I had to move schools. I don't know anyone here. Everything keeps changing. Why is this happening to me? I'm sure glad you're here.
Change a child's story. There's a child in foster care waiting for a volunteer like you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-7